All right. Audio should be coming in. Yep, audio should be in. Monkey's Paw banner is
We
up.
good to go?
Yeah, we're good to go. Um, I guess the only thing that's left is to do the intro.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
going on,
sounds
dear
about it.
viewers? This is your gracious host, Kaine Walker, back with another episode of the Monkey's Paw, episode 32, where we document the downfall of mainstream Western entertainment. I am joined by my co-host Soups. How you doing tonight, bro?
Good, doing good.
Cool, cool. All right, so for the first time, pretty much for the last half of this year, I'm pretty sure we covered some topics on the subject here and there, but there was a point in time for the last few months where there was just a complete dearth of uh, this type of news. Um, and it's, I mean, I guess it's fine. I don't know how to, I don't know how I feel about it, but because none of the movies that are out right now are that noteworthy. There's not a lot of them, but I guess we have something to talk about for the Christmas box office. Um, and since we do
Yep,
have,
sir.
go ahead.
And hey, let's just have a jolly episode, man. We got it. We found some stuff. We can
Jolly, where have you been? This podcast,
um
Jolly.
bit been busy, very busy actually.
This podcast. Don't let the Christmas hats fool you. This podcast isn't jolly. Half the time we're covering trash, but I guess there's a
Hey,
couple
we got
good
a bit
movies
of
in
gold.
theaters right now.
We've get
According to the
we've had.
audiences, there's a couple good movies. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, we've had a bit of gold, and
I
personally, there's a bit of gold and trash going on too. So,
mean, specks of gold and a mountain of shit, but I mean, I guess like, how's it going, Alan? Well, like I was saying, since we have some movies to talk about during that came out during the Christmas box office, I figured I'd talk about a couple more topics that are movie related. So let me go ahead and take down the banner, and we can get into it. What's going on, Rudy? Mina Kill. Nice to see y'all again. All right, so this first one is going to be coming from the Hollywood Reporter, and it says ex Pixar staffers decry win or lose trans storyline being scrapped. Can't tell you how much I cried. One consultant on
Woo.
the episode says the company is asking someone to play someone they're not by changing a character voiced by trans actress Chanel Stewart to cisgender. Yep, that's what Hollywood is prioritizing, guys. Notice how this is a kids' film. Moving on. Some of the creators who helped shape the transgender storyline for the Pixar series Win or Lose are mourning its loss after the Hollywood Reporter broke the news last week that the character at its center will not be will not be portrayed as cisgender. It hardly
you
surprised
know,
me, but it devastated me. Sarah Ligatich, a former Pixar assistant editor who consulted on the episode, tells THR. Go ahead.
if I didn't know so much about this freaking
Jesus.
community and their abuse of the language, I wouldn't even understand what cisgender means until now.
It means normal. It's a derogatory term for
I know
normal
it.
people.
I know what it means. I know what it means. That's what I'm saying. If I hadn't found and haven't seen this stuff thrown around for so long, I wouldn't have known what it meant.
Life would probably be better if we didn't know, or at least if it didn't exist. I like how
Yeah.
I like how I flipped that. It's at least it's supposed to be the smaller thing. At least if it didn't exist, right? Like that's all I'm
Yeah, at
asking for.
least.
That's the bare minimum. Just ceasing to exist. That's as low as I'm willing to go. Anyway,
Just that's my bare minimum, please.
I'm not asking for much. But anyway, for a long time, Disney
It's
has
a
not
simple
been
wish
in
for
the.
Christmas.
Pretty much, I hope. I don't know if Santa could bring me that. I wish he could. But by the way, I hope everybody had a great
Hey man,
Christmas.
those were
I never got. I don't think I
those
ever
were a
gave
lot
you
of
guys a
people on
Merry
the.
Christmas, so I'll give it to you now. Merry Christmas. Hope you guys enjoyed your families, and Happy New Year.
Yes, Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year.
Go ahead, Sue. So I'm steamrolling. I'm sorry.
Just saying. Yep. Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Because we're probably ain't gonna be doing another one of this until way after.
How's it going, Heroes fan? I mean, I might do something solo, but you don't have to rearrange your schedule to be here. But you know. But how's it going, Heroes fan? Nice to see you in the chat as well. Tell your friends. Anybody who you think would like this content, just tell your friends. You know. But anyway, what were you saying about the article? Because you were in the middle of that when I was talking.
Oh no, I was just saying that. Yeah, it'd be a simple. It's just a simple wish. Just bare minimum. Santa could make it happen. There have been a lot of people on the naughty list that could
Oh
use
God.
some time off our media.
I was talking about the podcast, Heroes fan. If anyone likes the podcast, direct them toward it. Maybe they'll look at the other stuff on the channel, whatever. But yeah, moving on. Let me see. I'll start back here. For a long time, Disney has not been in the business of making great content. They have been in the business of making great profits. Even as far back as 2 years ago, when I was at Pixar, we had a meeting with then CEO Bob Chapek, and they were clear with us that they see animation as a conservative medium. What?
What? Oh, wait, hang on. There's two things I gotta say to that right now.
All right.
You there?
Yes, go ahead.
Is there? Oh, is that delay again? Oh, okay. One. Would you really say they're doing for profits considering their numbers lately?
No, that's why
That they become a company of profit.
no, they're not for profit either. Like I like how this person says they haven't been in the business of making great content, and their reasoning for that is that they don't include the propaganda. Like it's ridiculous, right? Now that it's a movie made for normal people, suddenly it's not great content instead of if they would have tried to cater to less than 1% of the population.
Uh,
Insane, right? And then yeah, to your point, it's only been in the business of making profits. Bullshit again. Losing billions at the box office. Like what world do these people live in? I don't understand. Oh my god.
I mean,
Bob
they must be in Mars already. And also, I wouldn't even call Bob Chapek. Ugh. I wouldn't even say he was a conservative individual or that he was interested in conservative content. I don't think he had any care for any of that.
I do want to address Mina Kill's comment. He said, or I don't know the genders of you people. If I assume it, whatever. All right. Everyone on the internet is a man. All right. Whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look, they're guys. They're guys. One, I know they're guys, and two, if I even if I didn't know, just assume they're guys until proven otherwise.
Yes, everyone on the internet is a man. Period. All right. So,
There are
Mina
there are
Kill.
there are no women on the internet.
Mina. I do want to address the comment you made about if they do it for profit, then they're doing it wrong. Not necessarily, right? Because if the market is asking for something, you should give it to them. However, the thing that a lot of these companies, especially in the pop culture entertainment sphere, are failing to do is actually experiment and like make new things. Because for some reason, companies seem to think that you can't have both, that you can't have this one thing over here that is reliable and makes money, and also, make new things and try to get other things started. That's why the entertainment landscape is so fucking dry, because no one has their finger on the pulse of what anyone wants. No one has a big enough library of content consumed to be able to discern what spin-off of an idea would likely be palatable for any audience. Like, they don't have any ability to ideate. They don't have any imagination, right? I mean, you should absolutely worry about profit, especially if you want your company to exist long enough to make more good content. But they also they just don't do the ideation portion, like I said before. You should be doing both. You should absolutely care about profit, but you should also care about creation as a whole. But they don't care about either at this point, because they're being propped up by tax dollars. Confirmed, by the way. A lot of wings of entertainment now are actually like video games we talked about a while ago. But I mean, I see your point, but still, default gender male. That's funny. But here's the last thing I want to say about this paragraph, right? What the fuck do they mean by animation is a conservative medium? What does that mean?
Basically, I would say it's basically a medium. They mean that it's a medium opposite to whatever they want. Regard anything right of them, it must be conservative media.
I'm fucking confused. I don't know what the
But
fuck that means.
by default,
What is whatever?
by default.
Maybe I'm wasting the brain cells trying to figure out what this means. They see animation as a conservative medium. Like, what the fuck? What? I don't even get it. That label doesn't even
It's
apply to an entertainment medium. Go ahead.
actually, what's funny? I was gonna say, what's kind of funny about this actually? We could like theoretically start a conversation about like which like what stuff in media would have been considered like quote unquote conservative or liberal or whatever.
I mean,
Like
we
or
can
like looking at
discuss
like
that.
what authors or what creators were more leaning towards that way, and if it shows in their work or not. I talk about Tolkien with this subject, but in the context of the article, yeah, the person then talking about that doesn't actually know or really care about what that actually means.
The only lens you should be viewing entertainment through is an escapist lens. That's the only one. Like, if you want to make an allegorical story, I mean, that's fine. But by and large, people don't come to entertainment for contemporary themes or preaching about current world or real world issues. It's not what people do it for at all. That's why anyone that tries to do that puts the audience off immediately. Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand why they keep trying to trying to shoehorn this shit into spaces where it's not wanted, but whatever. Anything else to add before I continue
Because they
reading?
wouldn't. I was gonna say to answer that possibly rhetorical question, because they wouldn't be welcomed anywhere else. Apparent, actually,
They couldn't do it on
this
their
got me
own.
thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, but this got me thinking actually. These people are all over like the artistic circles, like to writing, painting, music making, animation, movie making, like everything that's like artistic kind like sort of or with video games being a bit of the outlier of art, but like they're all over that. Like like since for a long time too, like what's up with that?
Speaking of art, right? I have my own opinions on the topic of art, and I'm probably gonna make a video about it because it's a label that's thrown around too much. Like anyway, before I dive into that, because I could talk about that shit for the next 2 hours. I'll cover it in the fucking video I plan on making. I plan on covering a lot of philosophical topics because I see this shit is gonna start becoming a rabbit hole because more and more things are gonna reveal themselves to me that that disagree with because people don't take the time to think about it thoroughly. Like, anyway,
But that's what. But my point was is that yeah, when we're talking philosophically, and I'm starting to notice that we start finding these people in like a lot of these type of philosophical circles and topics. It's like
arguments of legitimacy, that's a topic in and of itself, just like as a concept. Um, but we're sidetracking. Do you let me continue reading the article.
sorry.
No, you're fine. I was doing it too, but anyway. So back to the article. As THR reported, God damn it, scrolled up. As THR reported, what is this? What is going on? Why is it doing this?
Click it. Just click it, man.
Okay, I think I know why. Something's messing with my keyboard. All right. Nope. Okay, no. What
Must
the
be
fuck?
Wayne Cocker again.
Why is that happening? I'm so confused. I'm not even going up. I'm going down. Okay.
Just click on the side.
Whatever.
Just click on the side
THR
scroll.
reported, win or lose, focusing on a middle school co-ed softball team called the Pickles. Who the fuck would name a softball team the Pickles? With a voice cast including Will Fort as coach, is scuttling a storyline involving a character named Kai expressing her trans identity. Oh my god, dude. Middle school, dude. Middle school co-ed softball team, trans identity. Those two things shouldn't be in the same sentence. I don't get it. And for years, they tried to tell people, oh, we're not going after your kids. We're not trying to put something in their head that doesn't belong there or wouldn't occur naturally. Bullshit, dude. My lord.
Okay, groomer.
People are supposed to take their families to see this bullshit? Are you kidding? Oh, whatever.
Just like it was like that one movie that apparently yeah, wasn't there like a Pixar movie that had like two dudes kissing, and that movie just got completely under the rug, like swept under the rug because nobody watched it.
What movie?
So there was some Disney or Pixar movie that came out like a year or two ago that had like two guys kissing, and nobody watched it.
I've never even heard of that bitch. I have no idea what you're
Exactly.
To. What's up, Kim Vaughn? Thanks for watching. Go ahead.
It's a legit movie that happened. It's just the name escapes me.
I'm sure it is. I've never heard of it though. Oh shit.
I think Clownfish made some videos on that too.
Okay. I have no idea what the fuck that movie is. If we find it, maybe we could cover it, but I swear to God, I don't know what it is. Oh, whatever. I didn't even hear. I've never heard of this movie either. Fucking Win or Lose. I just saw a screenshot of this shit on Twitter. But anyway, a spokesperson for Disney, which acquired the acclaimed animation studio in 2006, said in a statement that many parents would prefer to discuss certain subjects with their children on their own terms and timeline. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's almost like they're starting to get it, which I don't believe. Unless they fire these people and get this brain rot out of their institutions, they will never get it. There is no negotiating with these terrorists. You have to get rid of them.
Oh, it's called Strange World. That's what that movie was called. I think.
I can't remember whether or not I've heard of that.
I feel like you have. It's just that it's been so long and there's been so much trash that it's hard to keep up with all of it.
Maybe.
Also, it's got the same freaking animation that these movies have had since like Turning. What was that movie called? Turning Red.
Yeah, turning red.
Same
What's up,
Steven Universe
Sham?
looking animation.
No, this is a better podcast, Sham. Shit. Yeah, no.
It's just.
Go ahead, my bad.
I was saying like also they're all these the same freaking animation. Yeah, they still don't get it. It's got the same dumb Steven Universe looking
Bean mouth.
animation, man.
Bean mouth. Yeah. Oh my god. Let me get to the end of this. THR spoke to multiple former Pixar staffers who expressed their sorrow and dismay at the company having axed this storyline. One also noted the apparent irony of the Disney statement, given that the company's animated films are known for including such adult themes as the death of a parent. They're really gonna try and fucking make this false equivalence. They're really gonna try and do this.
Um,
They're really gonna try and
this
equate
is same
an
company.
everyday occurrence with forced sexual ideology. I what?
Wait,
All right.
wait, hold on.
They're
They're
trying, dude.
comparing this to their.
I tried. I really tried to continue. I tried to continue on. I tried. I tried to keep reading. Dude, they're trying to compare the injection of trans ideology in a film. Jesus, I can't do this.
They're trying to compare
Something that is outside of your control, like your parents dying, substance abuse. Is Alice in Wonderland in Pinocchio even about substance abuse? Or is that just a fucking rumor that oh god. Oh lord. All right. Oh man. All right. So the thing with Alice in Wonderland is that I heard that the creators would get high off of THC or something, and they had a dream or they hallucinated the characters from Alice in Wonderland, which inspired them to write the tale. That is very different than you watching the movie, right? Because I don't think Alice takes any drugs in that at all. Like, I think you see
No.
a butterfly that's using a fucking what is it called? A hookah? It might not even be a hookah. It might be some other shit. But that's about it. Like, what are they talking about?
But I heard.
Go ahead.
What I heard from a while back, and this also could be wrong, but apparently, like the theme of Alice in Wonderland was supposed to be like kids growing up into a confusing world of adulthood and all that. But like, of course, I wouldn't be able to make. I never got that from watching the movie because it felt like an acid trip. But
Yeah.
so if the original author that wrote the story was high on something, that would make a lot of sense.
I can't confirm that. That's what I've heard, and I'm assuming that's where they got that Alice in Wonderland is about substance use, even though the main character never takes any substances. Like, I'm pretty correct me if I'm wrong. I'm like 99.9% certain that Alice never took any fucking substances, and they're just bullshitting.
I mean, no, well, obviously in the movie, no, but you know, it was sources that I made it the fuck up, so of course it's true.
Let's take this back from the top. I can't believe they just tried to do that shit. So, because they include subjects like death of a parent or let's just give it to them, substance abuse, we should shoehorn in trans ideology for kids in middle school who don't know who the fuck they are yet. You know what I mean? Right? Mm-hmm. Like, death of the parent doesn't even fucking belong here because that's something that the child wouldn't even be able to control. Like, life happens. Children are going to learn that regardless. Like, what the fuck are you on about? Like, death is a force of nature. There is no shielding a child from that. Ever. Like, what do you... Substance abuse would be a parenting thing. Like, teach your kids about substances and why they shouldn't use them, uh, particularly by scaring the shit out of them. That's what a lot of schools do
Pinocchio.
around middle school by telling you the effects of drugs and showing you what happens to your body when you use them. They scare the shit out of you so you won't use them. And fucking
Pinocchio was effective in that too.
what? Keep in mind also that Disney makes these movies, right? But parents don't have to take their kids to see them. And seeing that a lot of parents took their kids to see the likes of Bambi, The Lion King, and Alice in Wonderland and Pinocchio means that they're all right with showing their kids the content, seeing as there were no complaints or virtually no complaints coming towards those fucking films. Like, this rationale is brain dead. It's ridiculous. It's crazy how I was about to read the article and I just went into another rant. But anyway, let's get through this bullshit, please. Let's just continue. Fucking A. THR spoke to multiple former Pixar staffers who expressed their sorrow and dismay at the company having axed this storyline. One also noted the apparent irony of the Disney statement, given that the company's animated films are known for including such adult themes as the death of a parent, Bambi, The Lion King, or substance use, Alice in Wonderland, Pinocchio. Of particular frustration was the episode having already been completed, meaning that adjusting story elements requires the team to scramble to be ready for the February release, not to mention that this brings added expense. Why the fuck would the makers of the show care about expense? They're not paying for it.
I was gonna say oof. I guess.
Yeah. The episode in its
I mean, I'm sure it must hurt. I'm sure it must hurt that all those weeks of making. It must hurt that the weeks you spent trying to make a trans kid happen just got thrown out the window. But I mean, cope and see, I guess.
Bingo, Mina. Exactly. Like, they can make whatever they want, but people don't have to take their fucking kids to go see it. It's not parents' job to show up to whatever gets produced, to their kids. It's companies' jobs to make something they want to take their kids to watch. Exactly. You have to listen to the fucking market. Exactly. Like, the problem here is that Disney has a long-standing reputation of being family-friendly, which has been shit on for the better part of a decade. So injecting ideological messaging in order to brainwash children, that is not a fucking conspiracy theory, that's what they're doing, is not something parents are gonna want to do to their fucking children. Like, get over that shit. The only people that advocate this shit are people who want to fuck up kids. They want to ruin kids' mental health. They want to ruin kids' mental health. They want to make children confused about what they are and what they were born as. It's fucking disgusting.
It's basically grooming. I mean, that's why I said okay, groomer, because that's what they all act like. That's what they practically are.
Let me continue. The episode in its final form was so beautiful and beautifully illustrated some of the experiences of being trans. And it was literally going to save lives by showing those who feel alone and unloved that there are people out there who understand. It says one former Pixar employee who did not work directly on the show but had seen it and asked to remain anonymous. Gee, I wonder why they wanted to remain anonymous. Fucking A, right?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. The insiders note that the episode had changed
Want
significantly.
my eyes to be.
Go ahead.
I'd want to make my eyes anonymous if I had to see that.
Wow. I'm sorry, man. That was bad. I'm sorry. That was bad, man. Oh my god. The insiders note that the episode had changed significantly from older footage that had circulated on social media last week and showed the character deliberating over which bathroom to use. So it's just very frustrating that Disney has decided to spend money to not save lives. I hate these
Oh
people
my
so much.
god.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my
Oh.
lord. A trans kid is like a vegan cat, dude. It's no different. A trans kid is a vegan pit bull, dude. It's dude. What the fuck?
More like,
It's child abuse. Save lives.
uh,
Save fucking lives? Are you kidding me?
uh,
Oh lord.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
Because ignoring, because ignoring, or because not making your kids trans is killing people. Apparently, kills. Letting your child grow up normal kills people nowadays. I guess.
No, not reinforcing mental illness and confusion is killing people apparently. But whatever. 41%.
Yeah, being sane kills people, man. Being sane kills people.
Anyway, Pixar's moves of late have spurred debate about the direction. Did somebody say debate? Pixar's moves of late have spurred debate about the direction of its projects and whether it intends to prioritize diversity. Oh my god. Prioritize diversity. After the company laid off 14% of its staff in May, not big enough. Not big enough. We need more. We need a bigger percentage.
Let's switch that 4 and 1 around to make it a little better.
41% of its staff. Yeah, okay, that redeemed you. You redeemed yourself. Oh, you clever bastard. Holy shit. Pete Docter, the Inside Out director who replaced John Lasseter as chief creative officer in 2018, raised eyebrows with an interview about the company's latest goals. In light of Pixar seeing a few titles underperform in recent years, Doctor said that the studio should make the most relatable films possible. And you chose this shit? This is what you chose?
Yeah, this is...
This? Oh, I wonder what bathroom I should use. This shit? That's the average fucking experience for the average human being? Which bathroom should I use? Are you fucking... Oh, God. The most relatable... Disney. The most relatable films possible.
Oh. No, I bet John Lasseter is laughing his butt off from outside the Disney office, just watching the fire burn.
Dude, I swear to God. You know what's crazy? Every time I say, dude, let's just get through this, something stupid hops out and I just have to say something. This is going to be a fucking challenge, right? Where people are just going to give me articles that I have to read all the way through without having an opinion. And I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail miserably every time. It's going to be like...
Isn't that what this is all about? Giving opinions?
Try not to rage challenge. Impossible. Holy fuck, dude. This is so stupid. The most relatable films possible. Which was perceived by some as advocating for a shift away from more autobiographical stories centering on underrepresented characters and voices. Like, this just sounds like...
Wait.
Oh my God.
What do they mean by autobiographical? Who are they basing this off of?
I don't know. They're using this word incorrectly, right? Because somehow it's wrong for normal people to write normal characters, as in, you know, I was born male, so I'm a boy type characters, or I was born female, so I'm a girl type characters. Apparently that's autobiographical. But not when they do it, right? Because, you know, if you're a trans person writing about a trans character, wouldn't that fall under this same label? But fuck it, I guess. Fuck it. They can't start their own studios and write their own shitty characters because no one would fucking watch. But they sure can latch on to large studios and properties and franchises and infect it with whatever brain rot they happen to be suffering from at the current moment. Whatever. His remarks came in the wake of the 2022 criticism of Chapek's response to Florida's "Don't Say Gay" bill, which they probably didn't
It's
read.
not. It's not. It's not even called that.
No, it was a nickname that people thought it was the name of whatever. This was followed
They. Yeah.
later
They.
that. Go ahead.
No, just. Uh, I'm peeved that they literally just made that up. They made that up because they're so mad that that Florida man governor decided, hey, you can't be teaching this crap to kindergartners to third graders.
It was a neutral bill. It didn't even mention any specific sexual persuasion. It said sexual content, which is a general term. Like, go read the bill. Like,
Wait.
it says you can't teach sexual content to certain age groups, but for some odd reason, only one side of this discussion seems to be upset about that. I wonder why. Think, notice, use your eyeballs, audience. I want you to figure out why that might be. Why is only one side upset at that? Fuck, man. I guess it's a crime to exercise critical thinking skills. Anyway, this was followed later that year by right-wing pundits creating a furor over a same-gender kiss in Pixar's Toy Story spin-off movie Lightyear. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's the movie I thought you were talking about, Lightyear. Apparently, it was some other shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, wait. There's an.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, so the other movie. So they probably didn't have two guys kissing, but it did have a confirmed, like, openly gay dudes in that other movie I was talking about.
Lightyear had, I think they had two women kissing, but whatever.
Yeah, Lightyear had two women kissing. Yeah.
Okay. Recently, members of the team behind Disney Channel's animated series Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur made headlines with social media posts noting that the company had decided not to release an episode centering on a recurring transgender character. I'm pretty sure I talked about that episode. If I didn't, I should. Because I had the full footage that I
I don't
bookmarked on
remember.
Twitter, too. There was an entire trans episode for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur that this is television aimed at actual prepubescent kids. Or middle schoolers. It doesn't fucking matter. Parents should be teaching their kids this shit. It can't just be it can't be an episode about some shit that would happen at school that students would just go through. Nah, it has to be about my identity. Like, what the fuck? Whatever. Whatever. It's 100% political, a former Pixar employee who identifies as trans says about the win or lose decision. Oh, dear God. Because your decision to
Like what
include
you're
it in the
doing
film isn't
is,
political. Dear God.
yeah, like, yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah, like y'all weren't making it, as if y'all weren't making this political.
We're never gonna finish this shit. We're never going to finish this shit. Like, dude, what the fuck? Oh, dear Lord. We have regressed so far that simply wanting the inexistence of something means that you represent that thing. Like, for instance, not wanting politics anywhere near your escapism from any side whatsoever, right, left, middle, up, down, left, right, AB, start, select. You are somehow making a political statement by saying, I don't want politics in my fucking entertainment. Somehow, that is a political statement. That's where the fuck we are now. Escapism is a political position, apparently. What? Fucking A, dude. I swear.
Oh, it's one they made it into a tool.
It's being used as a fucking beating stick, dude. It's this is why you should.
Yeah.
At this point, this is why you shouldn't even treat. I don't even know if I could say this. Don't argue.
You're not dropping
with
a gamer word, are you?
No, but it's a very harsh opinion.
Oh.
You know how we say communists aren't people as a joke?
That was a joke?
Good one. But nah. But I was gonna say something similar, but just don't argue with these people. They're beyond saving. Just don't do it. There's no point. Don't try to convince. Don't try to debate. Don't try to convey. Just ignore them. Just fucking just ignore them. They're beyond saving, dude. Like what the fuck? It's 100% political. A former Pixar employee who identifies as trans says about the win or lose decision. He notes that ABC News recently paid $15 million to settle a defamation lawsuit. Excuse me. Brought by President-elect. Oh my God! Of course he was gonna make an appearance. Donald Trump.
Oh boy.
Disney just had the settlement with. Oh dear fucking. Disney just had the settlement with Trump. We saw it recently with the Devil Dinosaur and Moon Girl episode that was cut. All of us who knew about Win or Lose and his character were all just clinching. Please don't hit us next.
Please hit him next.
Indeed, those with Pixar ties worry that the win or lose change is not an isolated situation in terms of projects pulling back on their messages. Disney CEO Bob Iger said in April, the bottom line is that infusing messaging as sort of a number one priority in our films and TV shows is not what we're up to, you fucking liar. You absolute fucking
lies.
You absolute fucking snake oil salesman. Yes, it is. Fuck you, Bob Iger. Dear God.
Bro.
You look you right in the eyes.
You're really gonna guess.
They look you right in the eyeballs and lie through their fucking teeth, dude. Like, oh my Lord. It's not our...
Like, bro lies as easy as breathing, man. It's amazing.
They need to be entertaining, and where the Disney company can have a positive impact on the world, whether it's, fostering acceptance or understanding of people of all different types, great, whatever. According to a former Pixar artist, the team behind Hoppers the 2026 John Hamm-led Pixar film, focusing on a human and beaver who swap bodies, was forced to downplay its planned message of environmentalism. Ah, yes, climate change. Unfortunately, when you have your whole film based around the importance of environmentalism, you can't really walk back on that, says the artist who worked on the movie. That team struggled a lot to figure out, what do we even do with this note? Another title that turned
You could just trash it.
Whatever. Another title that turned heads internally was the forthcoming original feature, Elio. I think that's how you pronounce that. Centering on a boy who teams up with aliens. Well, that sounds interesting. It had initially been slated to hit theaters in March, but saw its release date pushed to summer 2025. Initial Elio director Adrian Molina. Go ahead.
I think I saw the trailer of that the last time we went to the movie theaters, because this is sounding very familiar.
Hang on, I lost my place.
His initial Elio director.
Yeah, initial Elio director Adrian Molina, who was a gay man, departed the film earlier this year. Doctor has stated that Molina, who will receive a doctor credit, moved to a different Pixar project. In the meantime, Pixar released Inside Out 2 in June, en route to it becoming the year's highest-grossing film. Ligatich, who is
apparently Inside Out.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, apparently the Inside Out 2 was actually a good film. Actually good, apparently.
I don't know if I'll ever know.
I don't know. I hadn't seen it, so I don't know. But that's what I've been hearing, actually.
Ligatich, who is trans, recalls feeling welcomed and valued during her 2.5-year Pixar tenure before being laid off in May. She has been in contact with members of the Win or Lose creative team, including executive producer David Lally, following Disney's decision to exceed the storyline for teen trans actress Chanel Stewart. Ligatich also expresses frustration that the show has been completed for quite some time and says its release date, delayed multiple times after the initial launch, was set for a year ago. I can't tell you how much I cried yesterday thinking about that conversation that David had to have with Chanel, Ligatich says. Not only are you asking someone to play someone they're not, but to also get them to wrap their mind around a political conversation that is just so beyond them, because that wouldn't have been the case. Whatever.
So beyond them, maybe they shouldn't have touched it in the first place.
Whatever. Okay. They had this story in the can for 2 years, so they could have released it in a Biden.
Oh my
They
god.
could they could have
Of course.
released it in a Biden presidency, and they chose not to. For her part, Stewart has
Oof.
said she was very disheartened about her retooled character. Thank God we're at the bottom. Oh my God.
We're almost there.
The Ligatich says she knows artists who do not want to work on the Win or Lose episode in question, though insiders note that staffers were given the option not to work on the episode. So far, nobody has taken the company up on that offer. Whether other animation studios will follow Pixar's lead in potentially limiting queer storylines and other aspects of diverse or potentially polarizing storytelling remains to be seen. Because of this, one of Ligatich's fellow Pixar castoffs is working to launch an independent animation studio to encourage underrepresented voices. Thank God. Make your own studio, please. Please make your own fucking studio. Go
I'm
away. Make your own shit.
yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be very successful.
Yeah. Ligatich believes that there is a
Yeah.
market. Ligatich believes that there is a market for such animated stories at places like Netflix, which may not focus on creating LGBTQ content, but has made some noteworthy acquisitions in the space. Netflix is more than happy to host content that tells authentic alphabet stories, Ligatich says of the streamer
So,
that. Go ahead.
I say there's a word in there that doesn't belong.
Oh, yeah, authentic. Yep. Ligatich says of the streamer that earned an Oscar nomination this year for its acquired title Nimona. That film, praised as a trans allegory, had previously lost its home when the Disney acquired Blue Sky Studios was shut down in 2021. That's really how it's going to move forward. Is you're going to see a lot of indie studios pop up to tell stories. Okay. If that means that the mainstream disowns them, I'm all for that. Not that I'm praying on the mainstream to come back anytime fucking soon in their prior glorious
I
forms.
mean,
Go ahead.
either indies. I mean, either we're gonna have a rise of indie studios filled with these type of people, and will hopefully drive the attention, but which will hopefully put them away from the mainstream, or we're gonna have infected mainstream, but get some indies on the rise that don't have these garbage pieces. I mean, that'd be a win-win for us.
Well, they're talking about making independent studios to tell queer stories, which who the fuck is interested in that? Well, good luck. Also, okay, this is me putting on my tinfoil hat. Blue Sky Studios. Is that related to the social media platform? I don't know, but it has the same
Nah.
name, and it's making me think. Okay. Anyway.
I don't know, man. I really doubt. I doubt Ice Age is coming to that new platform. Thank God. Don't need that series infested.
See, here's the thing, though, Mina Kill. Even if that movie Nimona is a movie about being an outsider or being alienated in general, um, just like people did with the X-Men thing, they're just gonna say that it's supposed to be a trans allegory anyway, even if it's applicable to many different situations. It's called eisegesis. No, I don't know how to spell that word.
Yeah, I really hate how they just projected that onto the X-Men. And it's stuck around since for decades unchallenged, and now people really think that's what it is. Especially people who never actually saw or like actually invested themselves into the X-Men. Like that's such a deep point.
No, they just want that to be the case. It's not even that they actually believed it. They just wanted to, so they ran with it. I'm sure they
Like
know.
other that not I'm saying outside people. I'm saying
No,
outside people like normies believe that's what it is, and like can will believe that's what it is because the supposed fans keep saying that that's what it is.
normies. I mean, I guess, but I mean, I guess you could say that, but I think most people, and even this might be inaccurate. I think most people are smart enough to know that being an outsider or someone who is abnormal isn't just limited to black people of the civil rights era or gay people. I'm sure most people are smart enough to know that being alienated or an outcast is something that's a part of the human experience in general. People are just kind of picking the
I
one
would
they want it to be representative of, even though it's not explicitly stated. Or, as a matter of fact, you can listen to Stan Lee say that that was the furthest thing from his mind, literally, when he made the X-Men. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's like that. I would hope because I just keep seeing that because I keep seeing that narrative thrown around back when X-Men '97 was coming out and people were like, "Hey, is this woke? This is based off what
Yes,
the creator is saying. And it's just starting to sound woke, you know? Like I'm talking about at the time before it came out.
I got you.
And then you had a bunch of people in like YouTube comment sections or YouTubers making videos saying like being all smug like wow the show that's been the franchise that's been woke since the '90s is suddenly woke now. Oh no,
They
like
were.
oh my
I
god, I
swear
hate
to
you
God,
people.
they're brainless.
I hate you. I hate these
Uh,
hate these people so much, man. They taint the Marvel fandom.
I want to say mean things about Twitter people, if you can even call them that. But I will just move on. But yeah,
I mean,
man.
I see them on YouTube. So I don't know if you want to call them YouTube people or not.
Either way, we see where Hollywood's interests lie, and it's only gonna get worse from here. Let me go ahead and see if I can load the next topic. Oh God. Oh my fucking lord. This next one. It's a lot easier to stomach than the first one, but we'll get into it. Um, how long can you stay, by the way?
I'm good to stay. I'm good to stay all the way.
All right, good. All right. So, this next one
Oh no!
this next one is going to be
Not
from
this one.
this next one is going to be
Oh.
from Bounding in the Comics. DC to celebrate April Fool's Day 2025 with Harley Quinn Fartacular silent but deadly one shot. Yes. Seriously. And they show the panel. They fuck. Oh my god. All right. And they show a variant cover where she says pull my finger and that's what inspired. Oh, make it fucking stop. Make it stop. Send the meteor,
Burn it,
please.
burn,
Send the fucking rock.
burn it all
Send
down.
it. Send it, dude.
Hey,
Viewer discretion is advised.
Kane,
Holy shit.
Kane, we gotta flood it again.
We gotta flood it again. Oh man. Okay. In a move so baffling that it's genuinely hard to believe it's even real. DC has announced that they will be celebrating the upcoming 2025 edition of April Fool's Day by publishing the Harley Quinn Fartacular Silent but Deadly, an aptly named one-shot whose contents will center entirely, you guessed it, on the topic of flatulence. This I don't want to live on
How
this
can you
planet.
write that with a straight face?
I don't want to live on this planet anymore, man. Elon, hurry up. Hurry.
Elon, take us to Mars already. I want out.
What am I looking at, dude? What? What is this? Ah! Oh my god!
Vegeta, we have to blow
Fuck!
up the earth.
It's so fucking over. It's so over, dude. It's not coming back. Look at this. Look at this. DC is dead. DC stands for dead company. It's done. It's a wrap. Oh my god. Harley Quinn breaks win on Ted Brandt and Rostein's cover to Harley Quinn Fartacular Silent But Deadly Volume 1, Number 1, 2025 DC. Oh my god. News of the one-shots.
This is what their
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is what their legacy's become. Oh my god.
News of the one-shots production first bubbled to the surface thanks to DC's December 20th reveal of their March 2025 solicits. Therein tucked far below such potentially promising teases as those given from Absolute Flash Volume 1, Number 1, which will introduce the world to that universe's incarnation of the Scarlet Speedster, and Justice League Unlimited Volume 1, Number 5. Excuse me. Its story apparently set to see the titular team up with the full might of the Legion of Doom was a surprise listing for the Fartacular. That's a cool looking cover.
You know?
Go ahead.
You know? I shouldn't be impressed that they're making this. This company's been huffing its own farts for the last 10 to 15 years.
That's a fucking fact. That's a fact. Oh my god, that was... Wally West burns rubber on Nick Robles' cover to Absolute Flash Volume 1, Number 1, 2025 DC. Set to be pinned by Fire and Ice, Welcome to Smallville Volume 1, writer Joanne Starrer, and illustrated by the Tales of the Titans Beast Boy Volume 1, Number 1 artist duo of Ted Brandt and Rose Stein. The one-shot will... Excuse me. Honestly... There's no way to summarize its solicit in a way that's both succinct and makes sense. So let's just let it speak for itself. And they're quoting the showrunners of this fucking book. I've been holding in all my very worst bits of bubble guts for the last... Kill me. I've been holding in all my very worst bits of bubble guts for the last 32 years. And it's all been leading up to this epic expulsion. Exclaims the book description. Your nose will never be the same. You'll gag. You'll cry. You'll feel things you ain't never felt before. This fine publication is a celebration of all things past, present, and future. Sequential art's place in the annals of history is about to change with the release of the Harley Quinn Fartacular, Silent But Deadly, a comic that promises to have the highest concentration of gas per page, GPP, so funny, ever committed to print. Emphasis on committed, like murder or a war crime. Because everyone who worked on this comic should be in Gitmo, is getting thrown into a Dr. Fartley's home for no good gassy gals and guys. Oh my fucking god, dude. Read the comic that Abraham Lincoln called a joy from fart to finish. Moments before he died. Warning.
You know,
it couldn't wait. Please let me get through this. Please save everything till the end. Warning. It concludes, we aren't kidding. If you are grossed out by farts, then this comic isn't for you, and that's perfectly okay, though I am judging you. Unless you want to put your feelings to the test In which case, this comic is for you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Not even Seppus or Wayne Cocker could write something this crap with a straight
Bro,
face.
I feel like I just got my soul ripped out.
Bro, it's, it's not just our soul. This our very being has just been crapped on, literally.
Tasty beans. Harley Quinn falls under the sway of the magical fruit of Amanda Connor's variant cover to Harley Quinn Fartacular. I'm not reading that shit again. In typical comic book industry fashion, alongside a standard cover illustrated by the aforementioned Brant and Stein, its artwork depicting a cabaret dancing Harley Quinn breaking wind in a particularly strong fashion. The book will also receive 2 variant covers as provided by legendary Harley Quinn Volume 3 artist Amanda Connor and Wednesday Comics Wonder Woman Volume 1 Ben Caldwell, respectively. And really, what else is there to say about the book? It's an entire one-shot centered on farts in a way that's admittedly meant to be comedic. That does not make it any fucking better, but honestly comes off as a bit fetishistic. Starring Harley Quinn.
A bit?
Exactly. It's exactly what it says on the tin. Pull my finger.
At all.
But hey, at the very least, it'll be more entertaining than anything Tom King has written during his DC tenure. That was a good joke.
I'd rather read Tom King, man. Whatever he wrote can't be worse than this.
Oh, you'd be surprised. To that end,
oh my god, come on.
Keep in mind, he's not even trying to be this bad. Keep that in mind. To that end, for those who wish to get a whiff of Harley Quinn, the comic, I'm not reading this shit again. I'm not doing it. For whatever reason, you do you, dear reader. The one shot is currently looking at a release date of March 26th, 2025. What the fuck do I even say, man? Comics has been in the shitter for so long. Like, anything but appealing to their fucking core audience is on the agenda for DC, bro. For everyone. Marvel, DC, particularly the big two, honestly. I don't even know what the fuck anyone else is doing.
If literal gas crap like this can somehow make it to a publication, I feel like anything we make has to make good money. It has to be a good publish. You can't get any worse. You can't do worse, man. It's just like anything we make cannot be worse than this. Please,
there has to be
make something better.
Okay. All right. So the only way, in order to be able to promote independent works, you have to get where the eyes are currently. Like, at this point, you have to compete with someone directly. Like, you have to challenge something that's being deficient in the arena that you're participating in as far as an entertainment medium directly. Like, you have to make, like, the same commercials that Burger King and McDonald's used to make, where they would just shit on each other. Like, there was this commercial McDonald's made where a kid was getting his McDonald's took every fucking day, until one day he showed up with a Burger King bag and he was eating from that, and then everyone passed him and didn't want any of the food. And then it's revealed that, suckers, I actually am eating McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like, you have to do shit like that now.
Yeah.
In order to promote your indie shit. Like, you have to be bold at this point. Like, you have to challenge these motherfuckers. Like, yeah, I said it. I'm better than the big two. I'm better than whatever major publication is writing these shit books, shit novels, making shit games. You have to do that at this point. Let people know that you plan on making better content than whatever the fuck is being produced by the mainstream. That's the only way you get your foot in the door now. Like, what the fuck is this? Fartacular. Dude. I'm having a fever dream. That's got to be what it is. That has to be what it is.
This can't be real.
It can't be, dude. No. For the love of God. Let this not be real. Next topic, bro. Next topic. And you wanted to talk about this.
I've got an announcement to make.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got an announcement to make.
Yeah. Next fucking topic, man. Fuck. Oh, that was brutal. All right. This next one is going to be from That Park Place. Disney bullies theaters, forcing Mufasa on more theaters. On more theaters / more theater screens than Sonic 3, even as the Hedgehog earns far more. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. I did look into the story. Let me preface this before you start talking, because I know you want to talk more than me about it because you actually saw the movie. But let me preface this real quick. Yeah, I did see the story, right? It's really fucked up. But the thing is, like, if they entered into a contractual agreement that they will give Disney a certain amount of screens, well played, I guess, right? But it is kind of shitty because Sonic being the superior film to Mufasa, having watched neither, by the way, I'm just going off the goodwill of the previous Sonic films and the horribly bad will of fucking Disney with their shitty, misnamed live-action remakes of animated classics, and drawing my opinion from there. You can call it uninformed if you want to. Don't really give a shit. I'm done giving people the benefit of the doubt who don't deserve it. Anyway, well played, but it is fucked up because they're trending upward and they're not really being given a fair shot. Like, obviously, if shitty movies were allowed to be kicked out of the theater and this movie get more screens, they would be making loads more money. And what's crazy is they're making more money anyway, even though Disney has more fucking screens. It's just that they're being robbed of their highest earning potential, even though they're still eclipsing the shit out of Disney. But go ahead.
I just want to say real quick to translate anything Disney's gonna say from this article. They're trying to say Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch ass motherfucker who's pissing all over their box office. That's right, he is pissing all over Mufasa as we speak.
Oh my god!
And if anyone gets
you're doing the meme.
Sitting on that for a minute. I admit it.
Oh, man, no one's gonna get that reference. No one's gonna get that. Some people might, but
oh no, someone's gonna get it. The people are gonna get that in the comments. I guarantee it. I guarantee someone's gonna get that.
Oh man. All right. Starting in. As the holiday season unfolds, the cinematic landscape reveals a familiar pattern. Disney flexing its box office muscles by dominating theater allocations. However, this year brings an unusual twist, as Sonic the Hedgehog 3 has emerged as the unexpected box office leader for the media analysts, but not for you nor me. Despite being hindered by Disney's theater allocation tactics. Go ahead.
I just want to interrupt and say, Mina Kill got my reference. Thank you.
Pissing on me.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Disney's approach to holiday releases has long relied on securing the widest possible theater footprint. This strategy ensures that their films are accessible to the broadest audience, squeezing out competitors. Historically, this tactic has been highly effective. In 1999, Toy Story 2 dominated Thanksgiving weekend with a record-breaking release in 3,236 theaters, setting a precedent for Disney's future holiday campaigns. More recently, Moana 2 debuted in a staggering 4,200 theaters during Thanksgiving 2024, grossing $221 million in 5 days and contributing the highest grossing Thanksgiving weekend on record. Disney's control over theater allocations not only boosts revenue, but also limits the availability of screens for competing films, particularly during the lucrative holiday season. Despite Disney's dominance, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 has managed to outpace the competition at the box office, raking in more than 60 million in its opening weekend and securing the top spot in North America. Yet, its success is overshadowed by a significant limitation: the inability to expand its theater count. I would have used the word presence there, but whatever. All right, so we have a tweet here. I didn't mean to open Twitter. We have a tweet here, sort of like highlighting this by Joe. Isn't it crazy that Sonic 1 had a complete rework, Sonic 2 filmed through COVID, and Sonic 3 filmed around an actors and writers strike, but still came out with an amazing trilogy? All odds against them, and they cooked. I mean, that's the thing, though. All three of the things he mentioned are fucking excuses. It's bullshit.
It's
Disney has been
also
blaming,
the thing with the.
let me finish this. Disney has been blaming their fucking TV shows and movies failing on, oh, the writers and actors strike, oh, COVID, oh, deadlines or some other bullshit. Like, no, that's not the problem. It's a content issue. Your movies fail because they're shit. No one cares if there's a slightly longer wait time as long as the product you produce is actually good. Especially if you're a big name company. Like, motherfuckers are gonna go see it just because your name on it. All of that shit was excuses. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, in comment to the rework thing, yeah, a complete rework that absolutely improved on the movie and gained the goodwill of just normal movie watchers, but the entire Sonic fan base, which is like one of the most hardcore fandoms I've probably ever seen. As this art, I'm pretty sure they're gonna mention this. What I'm thinking in the later on in the article, so I'm not gonna say. But
Bro, that first iteration of Sonic was nightmare fuel. Like, what the fuck were they thinking, bro? That shit looked like some shit Meat Canyon would draw. I'm not even joking.
it looks like it looks like some shit you would see in some creepy pasta.
For real. Sonic.
Just add a little bit of blood to it. Sonic.exe.
Let me continue real quick. Currently showing in 3,769 locations, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 faces a bottleneck caused by contractual obligations many theaters have with Disney for Mufasa, the Lion King. While Sonic 3 has provided far more revenue per theaters, the total count of screens added for Sonic 3 from its first week to its second will be a staggering 8. Yes, 8 additional screens in the entire nation. Disney's agreements often stipulate extended runs in a high number of theaters, leaving little room for other blockbusters to increase their reach. Despite being the second highest earner this season, Mufasa continues to occupy 4,100 locations, effectively stifling Sonic's ability to capitalize on its box office momentum. This scenario highlights the broader implications of Disney's theater saturation strategy. While the tactic maximizes Disney's box office returns, it also reshapes the competitive dynamics of the holiday season. Films like Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which might otherwise expand their footprint to meet audience demand, are constrained by the lack of available screens. Theaters, too, face a dilemma. Disney's films often come with guarantees of high audience turnout, making them a safer bet for exhibitors. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know why people are still holding out hope like that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why they're still holding out hope like that with their recent showings. You know what I mean? That why? Why are these films so... they have such strong allegiance to Disney for some reason.
Wait. I don't think that's true, though.
Go ahead.
I don't think that's true, man. I don't think they come with guaranteed high audience turnout. Like, at least the live action stuff doesn't. Maybe if you wanted to argue about, like, if you wanted to argue maybe, like, the live actions, like Moana 2, then, okay, this is something to say there, but...
I mean, the high audience turnout has been far between, dude. Like, I mean, All right, so
Yeah.
let's look at their movies that have had like success at the box office recently, right? So like Inside Out 2, Moana 2, anything else? What else? Seriously, anything else?
I'm like legit thinking about it.
Like in recent
What
years,
else did
like
they
let's
make?
just take from 2019 to 2024, like because 2025 ain't
Oh,
happened yet.
we're going that far back?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
We're
let's
going
take
that
it.
far
Like, what?
back?
Yeah, like let's take it that far back. Like, what do they have? Oh God.
Wait, you know what? I'm gonna look up Disney 2019. What came out? Are we counting those Disney Star Wars?
I was just asking like off the top of your head, like the audience turnout.
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't remember a lot of movies having an actual high turnout like when
Yeah, but then again,
during those
maybe
years. Like
2019
just
would be too far
Moana
back.
2. I think the Toy Story 4 come out in those years.
I want to say yes.
Because I think Toy Story 4 did have at least on the in the opening weekend a high turnout. I want to say Toy Story 4.
I don't know. I'm skeptical
Hmm.
of this claim, but I'm willing to take the L on it for the sake of time. I'm very skeptical on that claim because, like, obviously, when shit was good, like during, uh, like Phase One Marvel and the good parts, you know what I mean? They had
Oh,
extremely
I
high
mean, and you want to
turnout.
talk about the good? Oh, man, yeah, we're talking about Marvel. Then, yeah, even up to 2019, it was very high turnout, especially when that was when Endgame, like around the time Endgame was coming out too. So, yeah, that was super high.
I'm just having a bit of contention with the phrase high audience turnout because define high audience turnout, you know what I mean? Like we have a certain standard for what that constitutes, do we not? But anyway, like I said, we would be like splitting this hair all night if we really sat down and talk about it. So we're going to continue. However, this reliance on Disney can lead to reduced diversity in movie offerings, limiting choices for moviegoers and opportunities for competing studios. I mean, yeah, that's really the worst part about all of this, right? You know what I mean? Like like the point of going to the movie theaters in the past was to pull up to it and like regardless back when people had a passion for creating anything, right? Like people wanted to explore new horizons when it came to genre exploration or just new ideas in general when telling stories. The idea was to go to the cinema and not, I mean, you could used to be able to go to the movie theater and not even have a plan about what the fuck you were about to see, and there would be something to go see. Like it'd be some shit that you never heard of, but it was like a cool enough idea that you would spend the money on it. Those days are fucking gone now. Like that's the real problem. Like the fact that there's no movie diversity in
There's
in
no
in
the
fucking in theaters.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna say
hasn't been that way for a while
there's no
actually. Go ahead.
the real yeah, we're having actual underrepresentation of movies,
I didn't want to
of media.
I didn't want to bring up the tainted. I know certain words have been co-opted and tainted, but I don't like you know giving in like that because they don't own language. Like diversity is still a good word, and we should use it for what it means. And but yeah, like
You know, it's
underrepresented. Yeah, no, you're right.
I
Like,
sometimes just like to.
go ahead.
I mean, I sometimes just like to say it as like using it against them. That's kind of that's what I'm going for. You know.
Oh my God, Wayne Calker has entered the chat. Oh dear Lord.
Oh no, Wayne Coker's
Whatever.
talking.
The recent past is starting to have some at the recent past is starting to have some at AMC and Regal consider their House of Mouse relationships. As Sonic
Yes,
the
please
Hedgehog
reconsider them.
3, go ahead.
No, I was saying yes, please reconsider them. Like completely reconsider them.
I have no idea why they were still in league with Disney anyway, but anyway, whatever. As Sonic the Hedgehog 3 continues to thrive against the odds, its success raises questions about the sustainability of Disney's dominance. Can other studios find ways to break through Disney's theater stronghold, or will the Mouse House continue to dictate the rules of the game during peak seasons? The strange case of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, a box office leader constrained by theater availability, underscores the evolving challenges of a market dominated by a single powerhouse. Ah, yes, this is why monopolies are bad, people. Caused by government intervention, by the
Yep.
way. Monopolies are only possible through government intervention and stifling of actual competition. Just letting you know. Because the only reason why they're
Yep.
able to do things like contractually obligate several thousand theaters to play their movie is because they've gotten so big and too big because of fucking government intervention. Like there shouldn't be like two or three multi-billion-dollar entertainment conglomerates. There should be like several hundred multi-million-dollar entertainment conglomerates and maybe a couple billion-dollar ones if they just perform that well. You know what I mean? Like there should be a bigger overall pool of competition, but apparently there isn't. There's comments. Do I want to
You know,
read
I
them?
want to. I was gonna say, as I've heard though, apparently Sonic 3 actually is like outperforming The Lion King domestically. And oh wait, you didn't. Oh, so it's not in this article, so I'm just gonna say it. So apparently Disney basically tried to call an early victory on the international box office like success
Mm-hmm.
when Sonic 3 hadn't even opened up internationally yet. And what's really funny about it is that they announced that on Twitter and hid the replies. Guess what was in all those hidden replies?
Hang on. Oh shit! It doesn't let me add people on mobile. Whatever. Okay, so let's. I guess we'll read. I guess we'll read these four comments. Oh, the panic is real. Is Disney truly feeling the heat finally? Sad there is not a single non-DEI workers left. Fuck. People need to grammar better. Sad there is not a single non-DEI worker left to point to the right direction. That's what makes the
I was,
Schadenfreude so much more enjoyable. By the time Disney realized they had a problem, it was too late to fix it. Now the woke elements are just like stage 4 cancer, too deeply entrenched to be cut out without risking killing the company outright, while it will still die slowly if they're not removed. Even if by some miracle they survive cutting them out, they'll be a hollowed out shell afterwards. The only thing left will be the name, and that's mud in the eyes of their core customer group, parents. Even bullying theaters can't save Mufasa from being number two in every sense of the word. Worse still for them is how this is going to cost them their control over theaters. AMC and others will go where the money is, and it ain't from Mouse House anymore. And the losers here are the theaters. Yeah, exactly. Because they bet on the wrong horse.
uh, that being said, the fact that Disney feels the need to just hide replies from the entire internet because they were getting ratioed and bullied by the entire Sonic community is just hilarious.
Sham, you're a fucking troll, Sham. I swear to God. Ah,
I
Jesus fucking
I
Christ.
just saw the chat.
What did you say? I'm sorry, man. What did you say? I was distracted.
Oh dang, I was saying that in the meanwhile themselves are getting bullied by the entire Sonic community because they
Yeah.
tried to call an early victory over international or early victory over the international box office when Sonic 3 hasn't even come out internationally yet.
Wait, is okay? Let me look this up before I say it, cause
it's
I think I was watching
it's
some
it's
old
on
Disney
Twitter.
movie. I was um watching some old Disney movies during on Christmas, And I want to say there's a movie that. Hang on. It's called Polar Express. I'm trying to see if that's a Disney film. Is
Polar
Polar?
Express? Don't. I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure actually. Hang on.
Yeah, is
The
Polar
Polar
Express a
Express.
movie? Is that shit a Disney movie?
Let me look.
Oh no, that's Warner
I'm not
Brothers.
sure actually.
Never mind. They're Warner Brothers. It's not
Oh,
Disney.
okay.
Never mind. Okay, what I was about to say is completely irrelevant
Okay.
now because it's not a Disney film. So whatever.
Good.
The only topic we have left is regarding gaming, which is fine. I'm happy to see that we have something to talk about regarding the movie landscape now because I like covering all facets of the entertainment except for, well, except for novels, I guess, because I haven't been able to find anywhere that talks about novels in article form. I hope I can find one, but anyway, I guess the main points from that last article is that monopolies are bad. Sonic should be making a hilarious amount more money. Uh,
It, like I said from what I heard earlier, apparently they domestically speaking they actually are beating Mufasa domestically.
I mean that's the thing. Like even though it's being crippled, it's still winning. Like what does that tell you?
I wouldn't say they're still winning.
Okay, whatever. I mean, how are they not still winning? I thought they were beating Mufasa. Like, is anyone even actually going to go see that movie?
Oh, wait. I thought you meant Disney was still winning. Wait, what? I'm confused.
No, I'm talking about the Sonic movie. Even though they're being crippled, they're still winning.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to
Oh my
say.
god. God damn it.
I
Keep up.
thought we were. Oh,
But no, like, I do
man.
want to make this clear though. Like,
Oh, you
it's
did
not
not
a.
throw that at me.
I do want to make this clear though. Like, it's not like the box office success and the money is way less important than the actual quality of the film. And this is in no way a metric to determine how good a movie actually is, even if it makes a bunch of money. Like, you know, a success for the studio monetarily is not a success overall because even if a shit movie makes a lot of money, the audience still suffers. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when I say Sonic is winning, I mean I mean a lot less about the box office, and I mean in the way of like fan reception. Like people like that movie
Yeah.
more. It's a better movie qualitatively, and it represents a lot
Qualitatively.
more. Yeah, qualitatively. That's a word.
That's a real word.
That is a word. That's a word. It's a better movie qualitatively, and it represents more so of what people are actually looking for in their escapist entertainment. A movie made for fans that appropriately and correctly represents what they're used to from that property. But anyway, enough yapping. Anything you want to add before we get into this next article?
Not that I can think of.
Alrighty. This last one is going to be from rockpapershotgun.com. All right. It says having Siri as the Witcher 4 lead will help the game explore the Witcher world's sexism, says CD Projekt Red. And I told these motherfuckers that this game was going to have feminist messaging. I fucking called it. Pick up the fucking phone because I saw the trailer and I saw the setup and I saw the symbolism at the end where she said there are no gods here, only monsters, and it was only men there and no women. I fucking knew it. Explore the Witcher world sexism, because that's what I want in my fucking fantasy RPG world. Again, bro, it's another Veilguard.
I was gonna say I didn't even see the trailer on it, or well, no, we did end up seeing the trailer
We
during the
did.
Game Awards. My
We
bad, my
saw it.
bad.
Yeah, we
I
saw
mean,
it
when
during
I
the Game
first
Awards.
No, but I was gonna say I first remember hearing about this BS like a long while back on a video where it was basically them they were telling it on themselves way before they even made the trailer of what they were gonna do.
Sham, you liar.
Saying all the stuff about
Peace out.
saying all the stuff about promoting or about the representation and all them other secret code
Buzzwords.
words.
Insert buzzword here.
Oh, you say buzzword. I was thinking like they're secret code words for hijacking and propaganda.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh
Was
nope,
that?
Wayne Cocker says he's not letting that Smash video slide.
Yeah, feel free to make a response video, bro. Feel free. Feel free. Anyway, the announcement of The Witcher 4 with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt's Ciri as protagonist has attracted a bit of discussion. Some of the reaction is online toddlers waxing wroth about a video game having a somewhat older woman. Oh man, the tone of this article as lead. Oh
Wow.
man, the tone of this
Not
article.
even a sentence.
This is gonna be fun.
Two
Oh
sentences in.
man. Ah yes, yes. Toddlers waxing
Just
wroth. I do. I'm not gonna lie.
you just couldn't.
This is some pretty dope ass evocative language. Waxing wroth. That's actually dope. I do fuck with that. That moves me as a writer. I fuck with that phrase. Waxing wroth.
Not you respecting. Not you
Nah, I'll give
respecting
him
the
that one.
enemy over here.
I'll give him that one. Game recognized game. I'll give it to him. Still a bitch though. But anyway, where the fuck was I? And especially shock a video game. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, well, this dude couldn't even hold it in for two sentences before going off on the audience, on the consumers.
Yeah, because that's what idiots do. They just attack you as a person and what you do, the quality of your work and you as a person, and not argue against anything that's being said. That's what retarded people do. And especially shock a video game in a series that has hitherto starred a man. That's the problem. They want Geralt to be the Witcher in a Witcher video game because he is the Witcher, not Ciri. Like, if you wanted to give Ciri her own game, which she was playable in the Wild Hunt, you could have just given her own game.
You'd have to give it a different title, though, because she's not really a Witcher.
Yeah, you'd have to give it a different title. The same shit happened with Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. Like, you could do established female characters more justice by giving them their own title with their own name on it. But nah, we're just gonna co-opt a man's title and degrade a female character and demote a female character, which is what you're fucking doing, by the way. Ciri has her own established powers, and she's fucking broken. You know, she doesn't even need to be a Witcher.
Yeah, she is.
She can fucking teleport.
Also,
why did she have to be a Witcher?
She physically.
This is a fucking. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is a nerf. Her becoming a Witcher is a nerf, unless they let her keep her other powers, which I doubt. Maybe they did. I fucking doubt it.
Yes.
But this is a fucking nerf. This is a hyper nerf. But go ahead.
I was gonna say she physically cannot be a Witcher too. Like that's the real stinker about this. Is you broke the lore of The Witcher so bad just to force this to happen. That's what everyone's mad at. You broke the spinal cord of the series just to try to so you could call Ciri a Witcher, which she physically cannot be.
I actually don't agree that Ciri wouldn't sell well. I actually don't agree with that. Like, would it sell as much as Geralt? Maybe not, but I think it could still be successful because it's an established character that people actually like, and if the marketing were honest, maybe it would turn a profit. But the thing is, these companies do not have confidence and pre-established female characters, and that is the sexism. Why don't they have confidence in pre-established female characters? Like it's characters that people verifiably like like whatever. Anyway, they think that the audience backlash is sexism when it's not. As per fucking usual. It's that you're taking something that we're used to and fucking it up. Like imagine making the Tomb Raider and then changing out Lara Croft for I don't know, some random motherfucker. Like some random dude.
They
Imagine that
already
shit.
ruined Lara Croft in her own animated stuff.
You think people would be all right with you replacing Lara Croft with a guy? Like, let's be real. Let's replace Samus Aran with a guy. Like, let's really have the fucking discussion. Any of these mainline women that people like in pre-established games, would people be okay with that? Let's replace Bayonetta with a guy. I'm sure that would fucking go over well.
Yeah, let's pull a Mortal Kombat 1. Let's completely gender swap the character that we've known for like a decade.
That's the thing, though. We'll never see it happen because they never do the shit in reverse. They don't take any popular black characters and make them white. They don't take any popular female characters and make them male. Because if they did that and they saw the backlash, then it would fucking blow a massive cannonball-sized hole in their fucking narrative. That everyone hates women and blacks. And it's not the fucking case. It's bullshit. People hate change of pre-established ideas. Ones that they've grown fond of. But alright, whatever. We're just going to pretend that that's not the case. We're not even a sentence into this article. How long is this shit? It's not that long. We're going to make...
It's really short.
We're going to make like 10 minutes of reading an hour. What the fuck? Okay. And some of it is people commenting more thoughtfully on whether Ciri genuinely makes for a suitable Witcher protagonist, given that she isn't the product of a typical Witcher genetic modification regime, which is heavily tailored towards men, and given that, without spoiling too much, she has gifts that make crumbly old Geralt's sword and sorcery skill set look rather paltry. I mean, yeah, people are perfectly...
Crumbly old Geralt, really.
Yeah, no, they're shitting on the male character and trying to bolster her, which, I mean, again, no one disagrees that Ciri is probably more powerful than Geralt. She's broken. Anyone who knows the game knows that, and no one had a problem with it, because no one likes Geralt because he's the strongest. They like Geralt because he's a layered character. Like, whatever. Go ahead.
And a badass.
Yes. That's part of the
and because he's a badass, Chad.
That's part of the
badass layers. Chad that fights monsters.
Part of the layers. Go ahead.
It's no freaking wonder that Henry Cavill left The Witcher. Like, I know it's different from the games, but Jesus, they would have done the same thing eventually if he stayed on.
It's crazy, right? Like, you can tell they're really jealous of the original text. Because they say that it's heavily tailored towards men, which anyone who cares anything about immersion wouldn't look at it that way. They would just accept what the story is telling them, because they tried it's like the ritual of the grass on women or on young girls, and they would always die. So what should they do? They should just keep doing the experiments on the people that die every time it's performed. Would that have been the right thing to do? Let's just keep doing the experiment until we get a successful one. Let's say they do get one successful female Witcher out of all of the... I mean, that still leaves a trail of corpses. You know what I mean? Like, why would they be so stupid that they would continue to perform this ritual on the sex that dies more instead of the one that seems to survive pretty... I don't know the specifics on how many men survive, but... Obviously, far more men survive.
Not many.
Like, why the fuck? Why would they do that?
Yeah, not many of the boys survived the trials and the experiments, but still way more than the girls ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like you got a 5-0.
that adds another layer. Like the dudes die too, which apparently I don't know why no one highlights that, but whatever. You get the point. It's fucking
because
silly.
men bad, you know,
Yeah, this is
they want a
this
woman's
is
world.
was already a silly article. And given that, without spoiling too much, she has gifts that make crumbly old Geralt's sword and sorcery skill set look rather paltry. I guess that's why they copied it. Speaking to Eurogamer this week, game director Sebastian Kalimba and narrative director Philip Weber responded to a few of these comments and also shared a little about Ciri's situation at the start of the game. The specific section of the interview in question begins with Weber noting that in the original Witcher books from I fucking cannot pronounce this, and
Okay. Oh, okay. I just read that next line.
Anderzej
No, no.
Anderzej Sapowski. I'm so sorry. Ciri is repeatedly described as a witcher, so you're all out of luck if you're arguing against her protagonism on the basis that it disagrees with the source material. No, she's not. Oh my
That
god,
is
no, she's
no.
not.
That is so wrong. That is the most strawman thing we've read so far. That is just so untrue. I have the books with me. I can say that is so not true.
I admit
In
I
my
have
it,
not.
like even though it's been a minute. Hmm?
I was about to say I admit I have not read the books, but I just don't believe that. I just don't like seeing the vehement backlash and the motherfuckers in the comment section coming with receipts. I don't believe that shit. Nah, too many people have said the opposite, like in great detail. Like they tell you shit that you wouldn't know unless you read the book. Like shit that wouldn't even matter to most people. You know what I mean? I highly doubt that the audience is
Yeah,
wrong on this. I just don't believe them. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like my memory isn't perfect because it's been a minute since I read the whole Witcher series.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that no one has called Ciri like an actual Witcher, like in the literal sense. She got the training, so sure, she could have
Yeah, the
been
combat training.
nicknamed a Witcher, but no one ever actually called her the Witcher in the true sense. She had the training, but never had the powers. So this person saying that she's repeatedly described as a Witcher is absolutely false. Absolute strawmanning, if not outright lying.
Yeah, it's a lie. It's not even a straw man. It's just a lie. We're good, John. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you watching.
It's
Where was I? Go ahead.
you know this it's like what I was saying earlier about the X-Men is like these people are lying about stuff about the series that to people who have for the people who have not read the source material.
Yeah,
It's
this
so
strikes
disingenuous,
me.
man.
This strikes me as a blatant lie. I don't think the audience would lie about that, bro. I'm pretty sure that's bullshit. He and Kalimba acknowledged that, yes, fair enough, Geralt is a good laugh and some people would love to have him back. But Ciri is already playable
It's
at
not just
points
a
in The
good
Witcher
laugh.
3. I don't know what that means. But Ciri is already playable at points in The Witcher 3, and CD Projekt Red want to see what more they can do with her. But that's not the fucking problem people have. Ciri being playable was not the problem. A lot of people enjoyed the Wild Hunt. Like, what are you saying? Like they act like we don't have decades of gaming history to go off of. They're gonna stick with this narrative that women in games don't exist, or that no one likes women in games. It's like it's such bullshit. The problem is we don't like them the way that they think we should like them. That's the fucking thing. Like it's so stupid. Oh my fucking lord.
They also want to completely pretend that that many people in the audience did not also read the books. Like there aren't a group of hardcore Witcher fans that actually know the source material that this dude's talking about. Nah, nah, no. Because apparently we don't know anything. We're just talking a lot of nothing, blowing smoke in the air. You know, just
They have to pick one, dude. Like either we're evil people or we're retarded. Like They have to pick one. Either we're evil fucking geniuses that know what the fuck we're doing and such great bigots, or we're retarded. You have to pick one. Like we can't be competent
Yeah,
and
you can't.
incompetent
Yeah, you're either
when it
look,
suits you. We have
you're
to be
either
one or the
bigoted,
other.
or you're retarded. You cannot be a retarded bigot.
Well, no. That that's not true. You can be a retarded bigot. That's why I fleshed out the argument before. They paint us as like these fucking dastardly supervillains with high level intelligence, and then they paint us as these retarded know nothings. Like it's so fucking polar. It's fucking bipolar. They have to pick one.
I, I really hate that there's people who they know what we're saying. Like they know exactly what we're criticizing. Well, like we could not be any more clear about what we want, and they're just choosing to completely twist it. Now that I'd say is evil.
Rudy says, "Damn those Polish people projecting their culture." Oh wow. Wow. No offense to any Polish in the audience. We love you. Okay.
Speaking of Polish, I need to. I've been wondering something for a while.
Mm-hmm.
What is the actual author's opinion on all this? I gotta know because
I mean, in a lot of
because I
reviews, they
know
would have to
from
co-sign some of it, right? That's what's been going around. A lot of authors have been backstabbing the shit out of their legacy fans from everywhere.
I know, but I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
That is
Like,
that is beyond
because
fair. That is fair. That is so fair. Yeah, I would like to hear that too.
and also because take into account also because this guy basically kickstarted this whole thing off the back of Michael Moorcock's Elric of Melniboné. If anyone's, I don't know if anyone's heard of that series, but it's basically a super dark fantasy that a lot that and if you compare it with The Witcher, you're gonna notice a lot of creeping similarities. I think Razorfist did a good hour-long video on that.
Lord, so Rudy has insight on this apparently. He said he fucking hated video games, sold the IP offer for a ridiculous lowball, then got The Witcher 3 succeeded. Um,
Wait, what?
yeah, clarify that last part, Rudy. I don't know what you mean by got The Witcher 3
Where did he
succeeded.
say this?
You have to sort
Where
by
did he say
live chat.
this?
You have to sort by live chat. Rudy, please
Oh,
retype
I've
that.
seen. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Please retype that in English. No.
Oh, he got mad and tried to sue CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, but that's a follow up to your first
Oh.
statement. Could you reword your first statement so that I can understand it better, please? Um, while you're doing that, I'm gonna continue reading. I think for me, okay, so they're going into the quotes by Sapkowski and Weber. Yeah, I think for me, and I think for all of us at CDPR, it's also just really exciting to see all the opportunities that Siri brings us, both with her character and also by just virtue of who she is. What we can do with her in terms of the gameplay as well, Weber said. So I think the best answer for us, for those people that really are worried right now, is basically to show them when we are ready that we really do this well and with care. No, you don't. I don't believe you. Fuck you. See, like I always say about RPGs, RPGs have the blessing and curse of being the only video game medium to have narrative and gameplay pretty much matter equally. And even that is somewhat of an opinion because at the end of the day, it's still a video game. I'm sure plenty of people would say it's a great game, even if the narrative was shit, if the gameplay serves. But with something like The Witcher that has a source material backing, pretty sure that's true enough, you know? Um,
Hang on. There's a response from Rudy. Yeah, Rudy responded. Said when The Witcher 1 came out, it wasn't a legitimate continuation, or that's what the author said. He didn't feel that the Witcher game wasn't a legitimate continuation, so we got He tried to sue CD Projekt Red.
Okay, so what was the thing about
Did he
him suing
succeed?
CD
What
Project?
was the result of that actually? Yeah, what was the result of that? What was because this is some background history I did not know about.
I'm still trying to figure out what he's saying with his first response though. Like I can't like the syntax is making it so that I don't understand what's being conveyed. Okay, he fucking hated video games. I understand that. He's somebody sold the IP offer for a ridiculous lowball, and then got The Witcher 3 succeeded. Like this last part is fucking me up. What does got The Witcher 3 succeeded mean? What does that mean?
I
Like
think he meant to
I
say
do not
thank God The Witcher
understand.
succeeded. I think he meant that thank God Witcher 3 succeeded. I think that's what he was trying to say.
I was in the
Uh,
middle of making some kind of point. Fuck. Shit. Oh yeah, yeah. I think RPGs are the only gaming medium that have the story and gameplay matter pretty much the same. And they've already pretty much proven that they don't give a fucking shit about the story at all. And I'm not even gonna lie, the story might matter a little bit more for actual fans of The Witcher because that's probably why they picked up the game in the first place because they're familiar with it from the fucking books. They're not somebody like me who just saw a fucking game somewhere and oh, a new game. They're like, I mean, I guess I'm being kind of idyllic, right? Because I would think that the Witcher games would be made for people who read The Witcher, but maybe I'm fucking naive. Who knows? Whatever. But I'm pretty sure the games would be
I think
better
that
if
at
they
least
fucking read. Go ahead.
I mean, I think initially that's what it was. That it was initially picked up by actual fans of The Witcher, that the ones that read the books. But I think they've drifted so far off from the books, even in the game world, that it became more popular for people to just pick it up by hearing of the game first and not ever reading the books. Unless there's someone like Henry Cavill who genuinely enjoyed both and would replay the games, or probably or either reread the books or just read the book once and remember it so well that you would recognize Geralt's character instantly, or like know how to what exactly he would say
Okay.
and what the rest of the plot should have been.
Okay, so Rudy's entire point is he fucking hated video games, sold the IP for a ridiculously lowballed offer, and then got pissed that Witcher 3 succeeded, and then tried to sue CD Projekt Red. He said when The Witcher 1 came out that it wasn't a legitimate continuation. He got angry that The Witcher 3 succeeded and he couldn't get more money. Polish courts have minimums for royalties, so I believe he got some additional kickback, but did not get his full request. I mean, he sold the fucking IP. What did he expect? So he was fine with selling the
Sounds like you.
IP until they were gonna make a video game. Oh dear God, dude, never meet your
Well,
heroes.
no, it's like he was fine with selling the IP, but he got mad that he didn't get as much profit that the video game made because he got the royalties,
He fucking
and
sold
the
the
royalties
IP.
was
This is exactly why people tell you don't sell your IPs. What the fuck?
yeah,
Like you can't be mad.
yeah.
This is exactly like the old guy with a bunch of cars in his yard selling the junker piece of shit he's had in there for fucking 5 years, and then somebody buying it, and then they fix the car up, and now he's upset. That's the same shit. It's the exact same shit. Like, what if you like? Why didn't you just put the work into the car then? Mina,
See
elaborate.
what Minik.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, oh, yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. Just reading what he said. As far as I understand, he only expected them to make only one game, one first game. So he asked for the money up front, but it worked, and they made the sequel. He did get split off, as somewhat I can remember. Oh, and they made a sequel. He didn't get split off. Yeah, he didn't get the split. He didn't
He
get the
wouldn't
profit
have.
from the sequel games.
He wouldn't have
He
gotten the
wouldn't have,
profit
yeah,
from the.
because
He wouldn't have because he
he had
didn't
the
think.
profit from the first game.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gotten a profit from the subsequent games because he didn't think into the future. Like You sold the rights to the IP. Like what? Okay, this is a different discussion. God damn it. I
I mean,
believe
I
you
feel like it's a
preach.
necessary discussion because his bad choices led to this.
Yeah, we have many a
Stupid.
story of we have many stories of people who make who have great ideas, some of them world changing ideas that they just don't have the vision to see to their fullest potential, and then they just sell it, and then someone gets their hands on it, and then they fuck it up. We have plenty of stories like that. It's fucking tragic. It's really fucking tragic. It's horrible. But this was a major L by the writer, bro. I'm so, bro. Oh my god, Jesus. All right. Anyway, back to the article. Okay. Did CD Projekt Red consider introducing a custom Witcher 4 protagonist? Eurogamer asked, as in Cyberpunk 2077. I think honestly, this character-driven storytelling has been always in the DNA of our Witcher games. I mean, sure, but here's the thing with this phrasing: character-driven storytelling, right? That has a different connotation now. And this is why I say things like video games aren't art, because after living through so many story-driven fucking games, I've discovered, yeah, these motherfuckers are just movies. And it's defeating the purpose of it being an interactive medium. Like once I figured out, or I guess in some sense I always knew what defined a video game, but once I sat down and thought about it actively, it reinforced my belief. You know what I mean? Because by trying to work with a medium like a video game through the lens of art, especially high art, the worst form, you lose the fucking point. You lose the purpose of a fucking video game. Like the entire point of video games was to make a fun interactive experience, and now we have a bunch of cinematic story-driven slop that's barely even a video game. Like the fucking gameplay is there to facilitate the fucking artistic parts of the fucking experience when those
That's
should
how we.
be
And
those
that's
should be secondary. Like the artistic part should be secondary, and gameplay should be primary. Like that should be the overall goal. Go ahead.
That's probably why we get so many. I was gonna say that's probably why we get so many segments of just you walking as the character through like the street or whatever,
Yes,
talking to whatever NPC that you need to talk to. But
exactly.
my thing with the whole movie, I think my thing with the whole story-based games is that wasn't that always the case? Like wasn't most video games always backed up by a story? Like even back then. Like
No,
especially games that are based off like IPs that started off as movies or that started off as another medium, like Star Wars, Marvel. Like
doesn't
there was
count.
always a story behind those when they made a game, but huh?
A game based off of source material is different. Like for the during video games exception and like some of the earlier periods, unless it was an RPG, it didn't really have much of a story. Like if you think of the earlier Doom games, like I guess it had a story, not at all as ambitious as one would expect a true story to be. It was just some bullshit that they threw in a slideshow before you started pressing the X button to shoot motherfuckers. You know what I mean? It's not. It wasn't the same. Like uh, I think before 2005, I don't think anyone ever highlighted how great a narrative for a video game was. Um, and if they did, it was like few and far in between, not compared to, because remember, like God of War 1 was like hailed as one of the first games to have both a great narrative and great gameplay. So like apparent
Huh?
obviously the balance between those two things is a lost art. You know what I mean? Like they have to
That-
ham fist cinematic experiences instead of having gameplay and the story work together.
Mhm. I was gonna say,
That's why I kind of disagree with
no, I think
Mario's
they're
comment right here. The story driven just means that characters are fleshed out with the game putting focus on them rather than having them as the mere background. But characters are never the background in a fucking video game. At least the protagonist isn't. And a lot of the supporting characters aren't either. That work with the protagonists aren't background characters. Ever. Like, I'm talking about a game that focuses on gameplay as much as it does the story. Like, that's not usually the case. Also, who says that's a good thing for a video game? What if the only person you want to focus on is the fucking protagonist? You know what I mean? Because that's where most of the gameplay interaction is going to come from. What if the other characters offer no substance? We're never getting through this fucking article. Oh my god. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. I mean, we did have some even games before. What was 2006 or 2005?
2005 is when the first God of War dropped.
I mean, even before then, we had Silent Hill, and that game had actually had a hell of a story behind it. I mean, especially part 2.
Was that before 2005?
Yeah, I just looked it up. Silent Hill 2 was 2001.
Oh, fair enough. How come
And Resident Evil and Silent Hill were also.
That game wasn't that popular though. It couldn't have been. I would have heard about the shit. I was alive in 2001. I was reading game magazines.
Oh, by the time I was reading game magazines, really Silent Hill was like already. Yeah, I was gonna say, by the time I was reading game magazines, the trend was like more towards. Was God of War or like Mortal Kombat or whatever shooter game was happening at the time, or the occasional Marvel and Batman appearance.
Like Dark Watch, which is a game by High Moon Studios. It's a closed studio. That game had a good story too, but motherfuckers always talked about the gameplay because that's what mattered. Like you would only know that if you just played the game. But anyway, let's read more of this article. Fuck. All right. Weber said, so I think the best answer for us, for those people that really are worried right now, is basically to show them when we are ready that we really do this well and with care. Oh, yeah, I already read that. Damn, did I read this? I'll just read it again. Did CD Projekt Red consider introducing a custom Witcher 4?
Yeah, you did read that. You did read that. Right. Next paragraph, you read that. Yeah, you did.
Fuck. Okay, yeah, I read that.
Weber added.
Yeah, Weber added that what makes Ciri an intriguing choice of protag is partly that she isn't quite a Witcher. She might not be a fully customizable character, but she has room to grow where Grizzly Gare had already nailed down his Eastwoodian outsider persona by the time he became a video game leading man. I mean, but here's the thing though. Why does Ciri have to follow in the footsteps of Geralt instead of being her own character? Whatever.
Yeah, that was
was
basically
right?
her arc. That was basically her arc in the book. She was discovering like her own destiny.
I mean, I'm asking a question I already know the answer to. The reason why they're choosing not to focus on Ciri developing into her own character, like I'm pretty sure the original trajectory was, is because they want to destroy what you loved previously. That's the reason. That's why she is becoming essentially female Geralt. That's why. They only want to shit on the thing you like. That's why they don't want her to be her own thing. They want her to be Geralt and woman face. That's what they want. That's why.
A woman face.
That's the only.
It's funny you say woman face when a woman face, but even though she got like a damn near man jaw in the newest trailer.
I said that to
That's what I heard.
I said that to nail home exactly what the fuck they're doing. It's just Geralt in a woman face. That's all it is. It's a copy. It's a copy paste with a vagina. That's it. And she doesn't. Okay, I will say this. It's not that the new face looks like a man's face necessarily. She looks like she was attacked by a swarm of angry fucking bees. And you notice how the conversation around how she looks is, come on, guys, it doesn't look that bad. But the real question is, could it look better? Yes, that's the obvious fucking answer. And the next question is, okay, if it could look better, Why the fuck do they refuse to make that happen? Because we have history. Like, we know what the fuck she looked like in Witcher 3 and Wild Hunt. We know what the fuck she looked like. She looked better. So the excuse of, oh, it's not technologically possible is bullshit. It's something else. There's another reason, and it's done on purpose. Male gaze bad. That's what it is.
Yeah, didn't they replace the original like face model or like actress of the series in the third game for this?
I don't know about that. I have no idea. I'm just going by what my eyes are telling me. And they did the same thing with her face that they did with Aloy's face in whatever the fucking newest Horizon was. They made her look like a puffy faced Nikocado avocado, and that's why people were fucking upset about the shit. And maybe Aloy's a bad example because no one really got behind that character anyway. Like, she wasn't popular from her first fucking game. Like, no one really gave a shit, but you get the point.
Oh my, that was funny.
Yeah, no, there aren't many games that focus on being video games nowadays. You're right, Mina. There really aren't. Like, unless you're looking at a game that's specifically saying, hey, this is an arcade experience or something like that, not really. Not fucking really. There's very few. There's very few games that are focusing on being video games instead of art. Oh my god.
Man.
Anyway. Anything to add before I continue?
Go ahead, man. We should get through this.
Yeah, we should. Let me see. Oh boy. One of the things that makes Ciri into an interesting character, into an interesting new protagonist for us is none of the right things, but of course also that she is at the beginning of her journey as a Witcher, which is not supposed to be her journey, but fuck it. Said Weber. So as an example, Geralt was very, very experienced already. No, that's not fucking true.
He trained.
No, okay. They're looking at this through the lens of how the game started, which is a stupid fucking way of looking at it. Clearly, the character has history. Like, if you see a character that has skills, it's implied that they have a backstory. We just didn't see his backstory from the first game all the way up until the third. At least not that far back. Anyway.
They shouldn't have to. You should already, because you'd be expected to already know the character by now and what he's been through.
Yes, that's what you do when you make a game for fans. You let the pre-established shit do the work for you. Like, it's assumed, because this is a game made for fans, that they know already. You know what I mean? Kind of like not doing Spider-Man's origin story for the 8 millionth time. But anyway, you get the fucking point. Part of me believes that they're trying to say he's sort of a Gary Stu because he already had all his skills, but that's me reading too much into something, probably, I admit. But anyway, he went through so many things, and he created his own code, his value of neutrality. He created through so many experiences, and Ciri still has to make many of those experiences. She has to go through so many of these things. Yeah, but why does she has to do it as a Witcher?
Also, she's already gone through so much.
I mean, yeah, that's another thing. For some reason, a lot of companies are in the business of taking a character that had their own shit going and just saying, fuck whatever they have going on. We're going to have them destroy the legacy of a new character. Like, why are they doing that? Why are they doing that shit? It's very fucking annoying. I say a lot of companies, but it's not a lot of companies. It's fucking Marvel, DC, and now newly CD Projekt Red. But it's still fucking annoying. For some reason, you have a perfectly good character like fucking Swordmaster Lin Lai, who has his own fucking... He has his own powers, his own lore, his own world, all of that shit. But fuck it. Now he's the new Iron Fist. Why? Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows? Fuck all of that other shit with him being sword master and having a living weapon that chose him as its wielder. Now he's Iron Fist. And then we have Falcon. He was his own character. Falcon had his own shit going on. Now he's Captain America for whatever fucking reason. And now Ciri had her own shit going on, and now she's a Witcher. Out of nowhere. Like, that was her becoming a Witcher was literally nowhere in her story's trajectory, and now we're just here.
Neither game or the books.
We're just fucking here. Okay. Where was I? So in a way, even though Ciri, yeah. So in a way, even though Ciri is, of course, I'm pretty sure I didn't read that. Yeah, this is the next thing. I didn't read this yet. I don't think. So anyway, even though Ciri is, of course, a defined character, with her, players will have the opportunity to still define her quite a bit more. Specifically define the path that she will take on her way to becoming a Witcher. And basically also what kind of person that will make her. Okay, whatever. Naturally, Ciri also promises to bring a fresh perspective to the broad... here's the rub. Naturally, Ciri also promises to bring a fresh perspective to the broadly misogynistic, alternatively sensitive, and pervy universe of The Witcher, a video game series that once let you collect porno cards for female characters and still loves to make a spectacle of its nubile sorceresses. I mean, I would say the world of The Witcher is a really dark one that's really inspired by, of course, dark fantasy folklore, Weber commented, when asked about the game's portrayal of gender politics and sexism that didn't exist. The game didn't have a portrayal of gender politics and sexism. It didn't exist.
Yeah, I was gonna say that wasn't really a thing. Like, the discrimination that was in the books wasn't exactly gender centered. It was more so.
It was about magic users.
Hey,
it was about people who use magic.
Yeah, sorcerers and people.
It's the same logic.
It was fantasy races. Yeah, it's regular people versus fantasy content with elves, sorcerers, dwarves. At some, I think even dwarves in the story too. Yeah, and of course the Witchers, even though they pay them to kill their monsters.
This is why writers who are so obsessed with offending other people will never be compelling, because the thing that properties like The Witcher and X-Men did was actually provide a justification for bigotry. An unpredictable race of people who have nigh unlimited power and can snap your reality out of existence at a moment's notice. Is a pretty fucking reasonable group to fear and even hate. Like, I get it. Just because they can doesn't mean they will. But you can't expect everyone to be comfortable with that risk. That, in and of itself, is fucking unreasonable. And that's why it was so compelling. It was morally gray. Like, both sides had adequate arguments for why you should either accept or deny this race of being with these abilities. They could potentially misuse them. Like, it made perfect fucking sense. And that's where a lot of the conflict would stem from. That's what makes the story so layered. But if you're fucking worried about offending everyone, you can't explore topics like that. Whatever.
You know something I've wondered?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the whole, like, given the reasons to fear the X-Men, I always felt that, like, some of these stories that always try to handle the divide, I feel like there's some that they always screw it up because they always put it in the perspective of the victim while never really showing the attacker, not attacker, but like quote unquote bigoted person's point of view, really. Like, I really feel like X-Men was one of the few that did it, and even then, it's like mostly even then the bad guys attacking the people were like vengeful, like motivated, like Magneto. It takes like watching some episodes of the cartoon or reading some of the comics to actually see why humans are justifiably afraid of the mutants, you know?
Yes, you see the best and worst sides of both perspectives. That's what stories like that are supposed to highlight. You're supposed to highlight the entire moral spectrum of the mutants versus the humans, or the mages versus the normies, or whatever the fuck else. Like, that's the entire point. That's why you keep reading. You want to see where it leads. You want to ponder the philosophical conundrum of it all. That's what makes those stories interesting. But nah,
Always,
bro. What if
I
we
want to say
offend
to
someone? Go ahead.
I want to say to the in the terms of how The Witcher handled it though, I always felt like there were some points where they didn't exactly justify it. Like in some points, yes, at some points not. And it's usually when it's like dealing with girls, it's usually just some asshole that's discriminating against him for being what he is, without really exploring like you said the moral spectrum of, hey, what if there was an evil Witcher that they just started murking people? At least as far as I remembered. And of course, with elves, it was shown that they were mostly just the victims and barely screwed with people, or if they did, it was just retaliation. It was mostly the monsters themselves and maybe a couple of sorceresses that actually, did stuff that justified, the fear and discrimination.
Yeah.
And at least as
Also,
far as I remember, the Witcher books.
just finish.
Uh, yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like The Witcher, yeah, it does kind of do that, but at the same time, it doesn't do that in some factors. That's why when people are like so mean to Geralt, it doesn't really make any sense to me sometimes. Even though, yeah, the world does explain why, but it's really stupid to try to piss off the guy that you pay to kill your monsters for you. That part just never made sense to me, but whatever.
It gets even more complicated when it's conveyed to you that there are objectively evil races that are established in a lot of fantasy worlds. Or, I mean,
That is true.
maybe calling them evil is a stretch, but anything that's out for my blood as a human being, I'm going to consider that shit evil regardless. Like, I have self-preservation. Like, it's going to be on site for anything that
Yeah.
craves human flesh. Anything, I don't give a fuck what kind of society you have. I don't give a shit what level of intelligence you have. I really don't give a fuck to ponder your deep and fucking mysterious or layered nature as a blood sucking, flesh eating monster. I don't give a shit. It's on site for you. I get it. Like, I understand the bigoted person's point of view sometimes in fantasy worlds. I get it. Yes, that bigotry can extend far to other races that might not be that extreme, but still, you understand. Like, you get it. Like, it makes fucking sense. Like, even if there's no nuance there yet, it still makes sense. That's what makes it beautiful whenever people can move beyond even that level of hatred, because uh they learned that not everyone is the fucking same. That's what makes those payoffs worth it. You know what I mean? But I fuck it. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, people are too focused on not offending people. Like, people need to be offended in order to force them to think about things. But whatever. I've said that a lot tonight, I know, but a lot of this shit is taking a lot out of me because um the low level thinking that goes into what they're saying, and the selfish nature of taking these properties with such layered histories and just bastardizing them in order to push your political message. It's just fucking annoying. Like, it's really fucking irritating. But we're close to the end of this article, so we can talk a little bit more about it before we wrap up. Just let me figure out where the fuck I left off. Oh,
I mean, isn't it? Yeah.
hang on.
Nah, go on, go on.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. This is the danger of us going on these tangents. Uh,
Wasn't it?
I think I stopped
I
here
mean,
at
I
the
would say the
sexism.
world.
Yeah, I think this was it.
Yeah.
But also medieval to early Renaissance history, and that is a world that was tough for many different groups. Women among them. Ah, yes. World burns, women most affected. Now, this is textbook. Tough for many different groups, but women have to be specifically outlined for whatever fucking reason. All right. As an example, in The Witcher, like, here's the thing, right? Oh my God. Here I go again. Here I fucking go again. Oh, dear Lord. Notice how we. Notice. Notice how we outline Geralt, right? Facing discrimination simply for being a Witcher. Yet now Ciri is a fucking Witcher, and her biggest struggle is gonna be people fucking people discriminating against her for being female as opposed to being a powerful mutant. Fuck me, dude. Like, how do you fuck this up? How? She's a Witcher. She's a part of a class of people who others verifiably hate and are disgusted by. But her being a woman is what we're gonna focus on in this story. Oh my fucking Lord, dude. Like, they're fucking retarded. Talk about a dropped ball. Like, Jesus Christ. It's like giving her leprosy and then talking about sexism. Whatever.
Like, she's got. Oh my god.
As an example, in The Witcher, we also deal with a lot of racism when it comes to non-humans. Go ahead.
It's like if you had a zombie running at you, and it's like, oh my god, it's a zombie. But instead of going, oh my god, it's a zombie, it's, oh my god, it's a black man. It's like, what? It makes no sense.
Exactly. And this is something that we want to keep up with The Witcher 4. I think it's something that has always been really important. Yeah, so now we're going to take fantastical racism as a trope and its allegorical framework for why bigotry. You know what's crazy? Not only is this why bigotry is bad when it's done through an allegorical lens, but it's also why bigotry is sometimes good. God forbid, right? God forbid bigotry sometimes be good and keep you safe. Like, it's a it's like a multi perspective lens that they look at bigotry through. You know what I mean? That's what made it so great and compelling. Whatever.
I have two things to say to this.
Go ahead.
I have two things.
I'm sorry. I'm just so done.
I've
been saying whatever like every minute, but Jesus, go ahead.
I was gonna say stuff like this. I was gonna argue is what, in a way, would be keeping bigotry alive, because they're trying to make an issue of bigotry wherever there isn't. They're trying to bring it out of the, how to say, they're trying to revive it from its comatose state, in a way.
They're trying to overemphasize it. They're trying to overemphasize it and put it in and then put it through a lens that is not escapist. They're trying to focus on real world bigotry and racism and sexism and misogyny. Like, this game is gonna be shit because they're fucking looking at this shit. They're focusing on all the wrong shit. Like, fucking A, dude. I'm sorry. I'm getting tired because my brain is roasting because of these stupid fucking topics, man. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but in response to what you were saying just a moment ago, then if bigotry is good, then I guess we must all embrace our inner bigotry.
No, I said bigotry is sometimes good. Sometimes good. Holy shit. Oh my god, that is not what I said. The moral of what I said was not be a bigot. It's not what the fuck I was going for, you ass. Oh my god. This is why it's hard to have philosophical debates and play devil's advocate, and not even play devil's advocate, but be honest about the merits of even ideas that most people find distasteful. It's very hard to fucking do that.
Hey,
It's really hard because everyone's going to hear you
I'm
try to make an actual case for something that they find distasteful and then just tar you with the label. It's really fucking irritating.
uh,
No, not you. No,
I'm
I
just
know you were
prepping you.
joking. I know you were joking, but some
I know.
retard's going to watch that and actually believe that I'm saying be a bigot. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait till 10 years, 6 to 10 years later, someone finds this and tries to cancel me later.
For the love of God, dude, critical thinking is a radical thing now.
Yep, we're apparently just thinking and common sense is thinking has become a radical concept now.
Yeah, where the fuck was I? Oh yeah. Fucking A. Yeah, it has always been really important. We make games for adults, and it also means that we tackle some difficult topics, he suggested. We tackle them in interesting ways. We tackle them without giving easy answers, but often opening difficult questions that players have to answer. No, you fucking don't. I literally sat here and waxed on about what makes fantastical racism as a trope compelling. And the entire article, you're talking about how you're gonna fucking water it down and fucking dilute the shit out of it by saying, nah, fantastical racism as an allegorical tool for why bigotry can be both bad and good in some cases? Fuck that. Misogyny, racism, fucking sexism. That's what the fuck you're doing. We're gonna go play The Witcher and focus on why being a woman is hard instead of why being a fucking orc is hard. Why being a fucking elf might be hard, or why being a fucking race of people who just looks like devils but isn't actually devils is hard. Like, you're not making an outcast lens with any sort of depth. You're not doing that. You're not doing that shit. It's not an interesting spin. It's bullshit. It's not that shit at all. It's more of the same from your ilk. Anyway. And I think some of those questions might be going in this direction as well, because yeah, Ciri is a woman. And as a Witcher in this world, this is an unusual state. What?
I want to say, can I say something real quick?
I was fucking right. People are going to focus on her being a woman more than her being a Witcher. Kill me now. Go ahead.
I was gonna say when you were talking about without giving easy answers, I'm gonna call bull on that because I bet you every problem is gonna get solved with Ciri being a girl boss.
Bro,
They're gonna do it.
Bro, the answer is we already
gonna be the
know
easiest
the answer
to the bigotry.
We already know the answer. It's man bad, woman weak. Except Ciri. A woman, man bad, woman weak and strong at the same time somehow. Whatever, man. Just whatever. Just what the fuck ever. I should have a whatever counter, dude. I swear to God.
We're almost there.
So I don't think it's going to be this story everywhere. But since this is a part of this world and we want to tackle so many of those different themes, it's definitely also going to appear there as well. There's also the tiniest snippet of hand-wavy commentary on the question of Ciri's various supernatural supernatural capabilities and how they might disrupt the quest design and slash dodge art combat of Witcher 3. Will Ciri... What? Let me reread that. There's also the tiniest snippet of hand-wavy commentary on the question of Ciri's various supernatural capabilities and how they might disrupt the quest design and slash dodge Ard combat of The Witcher 3. Okay, Ard. Ard is one of the spells. I got thrown off, my bad. Will Ciri begin The Witcher 4 in a low-power state without the talents she displayed towards the end of the previous game? Inquired Eurogamer. CD Projekt don't have anything to share for the moment. Ah, that's interesting.
Well, the silence is telling.
Yeah, it leads me to believe that they're just going to do away with all of her pre-established ability. This could go one of two ways. They're going to get rid of her fucking abilities that everyone liked from the first game. And she's just going to be Geralt in fucking woman face. Or they're going to keep all the shit from the previous game. But they're going to also have all of Geralt's shit. So she's going to have her abilities from Wild Hunt and be Geralt in woman face. That's the only two ways it's going to hash out. Both ways are going to be shit because neither of them emphasize her individuality as an actual pre-established character. But whatever, you know. Let's just live in a man's shadow forever. Live in a white person's shadow forever. Live in a... Fill in the blank, bro. Because that's what they want. They want to live in the shadow of other things because they see those shadows as bigger and they want to destroy them because they see them as having more power and legitimacy. That is the fucking thing. It's what it is, dude. It's what it is. Now everyone's a casualty as a result. Even women. Because women can't even outgrow the shadows of men. Minorities can't outgrow the shadows of whites, etc. Whatever. No, we cannot tell you exactly how, said Kalimba, but we can tell you just like believe us. Are you fucking serious? But we can tell you just believe us. That was one of the things.
Trust me, bro.
That was one of the things or first things that we were solving to make sure the way we develop here, we do not leave anything without a clear answer. That is not fucking that does not give me hope, dude. It's not giving me hope for fucking anything. Okay, whatever.
I mean, I did not have hope for this in the beginning, honestly.
Previously codenamed. Fuck, dude. In the beginning, I was like, "This is gonna be fun." Oh no. Famous last words. Previously codenamed Polaris.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I had fun with Sonic at least. I was gonna say I had fun with Sonic.
This article, I said, "Hey, this is gonna be fun." This article. Maybe I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
Maybe I don't remember.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
No, part of me. No. Sometimes I do this thing where I'm excited to read I'm excited to read the bias so I can laugh. But the more I read this, the more demoralized I got because there was so much stupid shit woven in that I couldn't even laugh. Because I actually care about authenticity and presenting characters in a way that they should be portrayed. I guess this subject was just hard to laugh at, you know? But, I mean, I guess...
It's hard to laugh at when you...
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think it's hard to laugh at because it's coming from a series that some of us have, like, personally been following for a while, you know? Like...
I mean... For me, I'm kind of a jack of all trades person when it comes to a lot of properties. I'm not even if I'm not necessarily a fan because I'm viewing it through a more bigger picture lens, like conceptually. Like even though I'm not a fan of The Witcher, not that I don't like it, I'm just like I'm not an OG of the fucking fan base. I know what fandom is as a concept, so I understand why they're upset at these changes. Like I was always that way. Like even with shit like Harry Potter, even though I wasn't a Harry Potter fan, like I wasn't one of those people that was like not in my backyard type shit. Like if it's like I don't care just because it happened to me, or I don't like pretend it's not happening to someone else just because it's not happening to me. You know what I mean? Like because if
Yeah.
it's happening to them, like there's probably a matter of time before it's happening to me as well. You know? Like some shit just shouldn't be
Yeah.
allowed to stand. But I guess that's a different discussion. It's more about me being able to extend sympathy rather than empathy, you know what I mean? Like would I like this if it happened to me type shit. But whatever. Let's finish this shit.
Yeah, yeah. One more,
Previously
man. One more.
Yeah, previously codenamed Polaris, The Witcher 4 is the first of several new Witcher experiences. You can read more about it in our announcement post. If you're still pining for Geralt, you might prefer to read about The Witcher 1 remake. Wow, they really don't like Geralt. Holy shit. Like why don't man, that's not that wouldn't be the problem, dude. Like it's so they have to manufacture what the key issue is. Like, no, bro, it's not what it is. Well, actually, no. For the Witcher series, I guess that is what it is. So never mind, I take it back. But if Siri got her own game, people no, they think it's like this hatred of Siri, and that's not what the fuck it is. That's not what it is. Like,
Nah, man.
whatever.
Everyone loves Siri, man.
Oh god. If you're still pining for Geralt, you might prefer to read about The Witcher 1 remake and development of Fool's Theory. I wouldn't be surprised if it did away with some of the original game's laddier elements. Yes, because being a lad is a sin. All right. We fucking oh Jesus Christ, we got through all of that sewage. Except for the Sonic topic. That wasn't necessarily sewage, but yeah, fuck it. Lord in heaven, dude. Like it is looking bleak for 2025. It's for the 2025 entertainment landscape, bro. Like I feel like I just ran a marathon reading all that fucking bullshit, dude. My head hurts. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like
Honestly, I was gonna say if we're talking about mediums. Honest, I don't know. I don't really know what's coming out in 2025 exactly because everything is getting put in 2026 or 27. I mean, oh wait, there's the Superman movie, but I'm hella skeptical about that one right now.
everyone's being wooed and wad by the trailer. I don't trust shit nowadays, bro. I'm sorry. I just don't. I can't be burned again, dude. I can't.
It's James Gunn. I don't trust because outside of Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't really like what he's doing.
I don't know. Like
Yes.
hopefully people got the gist of my earlier philosophical ramblings and my opinions based on shit in the moment. But recalling everything that we just read is hard because I'd rather just put it out of my fucking mind. We got Fart Comic, we got Bee Sting Victim Siri, we got Disney being a monopoly, basically a monopoly. We got what
Yeah, they're
else?
gonna the
We got
Monopoly.
Trans Kids the movie. Like it's just not looking good, dude. And it's all the same. It's all through the same lenses. Like what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I mean it's like what we were saying a while back. Is like they're not gonna stop. Either some
It's
are just gonna
only
keep
going
going
to
at it
get
full on,
worse. They will double, triple, and quadruple down. Whatever.
or they're gonna make like Disney. I was gonna say, or they're gonna make like Disney and walk it back, act like we don't want to add political messaging in our stories. No, that's bad. We know customers don't want that. Like they weren't
Bro, Bob
act
Iger.
like they weren't.
Bob Iger is a
Oh my
psychopath, bro. He is cold, bro. He looked you right in your face and
god.
said, injecting messaging is not our number one priority. What? What? Are you serious? There's no way you're doing this shit believing it to turn a profit. No. Fire your marketing teams. I
Right. It's dude. It's like it's like you have. I mean, you have leftist lunatics and then just plain corporate psychopaths controlling the media, man. It's insane how it got to this
to
level.
lie that blatantly and that brazenly, to act like all the shit that's been happening hasn't been happening, bro. That is psychotic. I don't give a fuck. That is fucking psychotic, dude. There is no war in
Bro,
Boston. Say, oh my
yeah,
god,
I'm gonna
fiery
say
but
there's no more
mostly
Boston
peaceful.
State.
War is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ah, diversity is our strength.
California's a great state. Lowest crime in New York City. Crime is at its lowest in New York City.
I have nothing to add, man. I think we've gone on long enough. Otherwise, we're just gonna linger. That last article dragged like a bloated corpse, and it's partially it's partially my fault because I was just getting hammered, dude. I just felt so bad reading it. It was so horrible. Like these properties being in the hands of such soulless husks perturbs me to no end. Yeah, crime does get low when you legalize
Yeah.
it. Yes. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, thank the audience for sticking around as long as they did. We dropped from 8 to 2 viewers. I appreciate y'all sticking around. You guys are awesome. Even the people that left are awesome. But hopefully they heard most of what I said. Don't forget to share this with your friends. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube things, yada yada. Links, description, Cosmic God, Finger, Pulse.
Don't
Blah,
forget
blah,
your
blah.
Twitter.
Yes, follow me on
Don't
Twitter.
forget your Twitter.
Please, yes, Twitter, please, yes, thank you. Fucking, yeah, there's all the shilling. The shilling has been done. Do you have anything to add before we conclude, Soups?
I thought you were gonna say you're self plugging, not
did.
your shilling. I'm pretty sure that has a different meaning.
I'm saying it ironically, but you get the point. Anyway, this has been your episode of the Monkey's Paw. Oh yeah, my sign off. I'm sorry,
Yep.
I'm so out of it. This has been your gracious host, Kaine Walker. I'm signing off, and I will see you all again next time. Peace.
Yep. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Oh, man.